game back of the Stros and Mariners.
Sports Center is brought to you by BraintreeNutrition.com. Better sleep, more focus. BraintreeNutrition.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Normally the other way in transition to the back with the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about them Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Thursday, or shall I say small Friday edition.
Small Friday, baby.
That is Rudy J.
Yes, sir.
Wearing our Navy. What an appropriate day to wear it, as the true beginning of college football is today. We could call week 0 whatever the hell you want to call it. But we got football tonight and a good game. Utah and Florida, we're going to talk about it for sure. Bad news for Utah. Their quarterback probably ain't going to play today.
Damn.
That kid that took him a long way, Cam Baller, might be out. But nonetheless, we do have great football all weekend long, and it starts tonight. Cowboys working on their roster.
Cowboy, Malik's back.
I was going to say, I was lobbing a softball out. Go ahead, man. Celebrate. You saw it.
Yeah.
You saved him. I think but for you, Malik Davis is still floating around the free agent pool, but he is a Dallas Cowboy today as he signed a contract to join the practice squad.
Guantanamo Bay came in, Rob.
Oh, man, let's talk about this.
Forget the listener's name. I'm so sorry, but my man that works out in Guantanamo Bay quite a bit, always listens to us on YouTube, sent us some nice little beach shirts. What are these called, Rob?
I call them pool shirts.
Pool shirts. Pool, beach.
The UP protected long sleeve.
Bimini Bay Outfitters. Guantanamo Bay.
I think it's Bimini.
Bimini? Oh, yeah, Bimini. Yeah, it's Bimini. You're right. It's Bimini Bay.
So we got I guess the flags. These are really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Listeners who would like to bring us clothes, we always appreciate it.
Yes.
Clothes we're going to use, we appreciate even more. I will have this on this weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We certainly appreciate that. And whenever you do see us out and about, say howdy. Let us buy you a drink. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Not strange doings around the Cowboy land, but the calendar's weird today. Mike McCarthy is hosting his press conference about 4 hours earlier than normal, and we're going to have it for you live. 7:30 this morning, Mike McCarthy is going to speak to the state of the Cowboys for his daily presser.
Early.
I think they've gotten in, maybe this is the new game schedule. Thursday before the game, he'll do 7:30 in the morning and make all the beat reporters wake up really early and get down to the Star. But, we'll have it live today. So it'll be interesting to hear him talk about the guys signed to the practice squad, progress with the offense, any injuries we need to know about, and all the things Dallas Cowboys. You'll get it straight from the horse's mouth from Mike McCarthy, the man that will join us every Friday morning starting next week at 7:45.
6:45.
Oh, I'm sorry, 6:45. Bright and oily.
Yeah. This 7:30 press conference, again, it's just, to me, that early. Mike ain't playing no games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mike ain't playing any games this year. Hey, remember the last time he spoke, he was like, I don't even know why I'm here. It's nut cutting time, as they like to say, man. It's a lot on the line for everybody.
We're going to hear from J-Ron Curse.
I like Curse. My first Cowboy camp was when I first saw him, and I was like, Rob, who is this tall safety? And he's kind of been our guy since that.
Yeah, he has
since
been.
That time.
And there's an emotional leaderness to him. I
definitely think I know it's Micah's team. It's Micah's team. So it's Micah's defense. But Curse is definitely, I think we even asked Deron Bland that. Mm-hmm. He told us that.
He commands the room. He's the kind of guy that is a leader. And when you hear him talking about his defense,
and he's a dog.
And his Micah Parsons, and all the things that go into what we expect to be and what has been called a possibly legendary defense. Good sound, as we like to say in the business. So we're going to hear from J-Ron today. San Antonio's own.
Who's that?
Steele.
Mr. Steele, pay that man. What are y'all waiting on? Well, give Steele his money. Or y'all gonna bring in the right tackle for a 4th-round pick here, in next week?
So
pay Steele, man. What the hell?
Here's the thing with Terrence Steele, and Terrence doesn't realize it, but Terrence is the player, the type of player that Jerry takes great pride in. The guy that either he brought in and rectified and fixed,
wasn't supposed to be something.
Like
turned into one of the better starting right tackles in the league. Yeah, that's a Jerry guy.
Those kind of guess what? You're gonna get paid. Don't worry, because he's proud of himself.
Yeah,
Jerry likes to pat himself on the back. He shows how proud he is of himself by how much he's paying you.
He's the green dot. What's the green dot mean?
I think he's talking about Curse.
Curse is green dot. He gets to talk to the coach.
Okay, got you.
And that's the reason he was brought in. I mean, he was a Quinn guy.
I love him. He's a dog. Only thing he's not Anthony Davis, but he does run to the locker room quite a bit. There's you think about how many times last year in the Curse, he went out and we're like, damn, Curse went out. And then next thing you know, he's back. I'm
he's fine.
You good. My coach used to tell me, Rudy, if you lay there that long, you better be dead. Shout out to Coach Larry Schaefer. I'd never laid down again after he told me that. I was like, okay, you know what? You're right, Coach. Let me get my ass up and get going.
The defense with guys like this, we do expect great things, and hearing him talk about it made me even more interested in watching this full complement of defense going off.
Man, go ahead.
We're going to talk some college football.
Yeah,
and specific Dana Holgorsen.
Ooh, you want to fight him? You want a piece of Dana, Rob? Normally people don't come for y'all.
No.
Like normally it's just like, yo, we pick on the burnt orange because they're the big bad bullies. But he threw y'all on there too.
I see you, Dana. I see what you're trying to do. You and I see you. But come on now. Come on. You are a barking chihuahua. That's what you are.
Wow.
I see where you are.
Wow.
You are a chihuahua. You're nipping at the back of my pant leg. Like I know if I bend down, you're gonna bite me.
You know what?
But I'm just not gonna turn around.
A barking chihuahua, that is the biggest disrespect you can say to a man. Because we all know what that means.
Yes.
We all know that means if I step towards you, you're going to take off running.
No, I believe he's going to come at me. All pound and a half of him, a fighting fury. He coming. Yeah. I know if I put my hand down there, he's going to bite me. It's going to be a nip. And it might kind of hurt, but I'll drop kick your ass across the room. I mean, come on, Dana. You picking fights where you don't need. Why? Why are you picking fights?
He's just speaking his truth, Rob.
I know I see what you're trying to do.
I like it because it's content.
It's got, he's read the book.
Yes.
And if Houston wants to be like TCU and SMU, you got to pick fights with the big guy on the block. I understand what you're doing.
Keep in mind, I remember when we had a trailer on this Monday, players like, hey, ask him about Holgorsen talking crap about the crowd noise and stuff like that. I asked Coach about Holgorsen. He's like, hey, I like a little good trash talk.
Well, see, that's the other thing.
We got to go up there. We got to go up there, but I like a little trash talk.
I'm glad you brought up the fake crowd noise.
Yeah.
See, that's Holgorsen.
Yeah. I'm like,
so come on,
so you go from UTSA to picking on UT and A&M, like, yo, bro, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. You will get stepped on. Now, and the thing is, it's not like I didn't respect the football program. I do.
Right.
I mean, they play good football. But why are you picking fights like that? We're going to hear that. We're going to look at the weekend.
Rob, I'm starting to get the feeling, listening to Deion yesterday, that he's about to become the most polarizing figure in college. I think you got a lot of people rooting for him to lose. I think he feels that because I don't know why Deion comes out here saying, it's like, hey, it's not about me. And when he says that,
it makes it about him.
Do you believe him?
No, when you say it's not about me, when anybody says it's not about the money, it's about the money.
But I don't think... when we talk college, I don't want to give it away, but I definitely want to talk Deion because, again, if not for Deion, we ain't even talking about Colorado. They're not coming to the Big 12 without Deion. So I get it, but I do. Again, when you've already had 3 big-time coaches come for him, I start to think, like, if they can get some success, like, they're going to have to be good for him to be polarizing.
That's it.
But I get the feeling we got a lot of people waiting in the wings, hoping that Deion fails.
And I would also add, the last part of what you said is where I think the the true part of that sentence is he has to win. If he wins, then we can talk about it.
Right.
But if he's delivering everybody, I told you so.
But I mean, they're 20-point dogs to TCU. And I saw the numbers again yesterday. 73 new players, 83 new players, 50 something from the portal.
72 from the portal.
I thought it was 53 for the portal, 73
it's
brand
72 new players.
Yeah, but 53 in the portal. Some of those guys got to be able to play, right? I would think.
we'll find out. Here's the thing with Deion, and if he's winning, I think there's an equal number of very silent folks that are rooting for Deion.
Oh,
you know what I mean? There's a lot of us.
I mean, just in this week, you get Warren Sapp at practice. Michael Irvin came to your practice. Like, you just got yellow jackets running through your practice. Now, I don't know if that's going to translate on Saturdays when you got to go up against TCU, but
the underdog story is going to be interesting to watch because there's a lot of forces at play that are anti him, that are doing everything they can to kind of.
I think it's mostly coaches.
Yes, and athletic directors, and now we're dealing with some conference issues. He's stepping on recruiting toes. I mean, there's a lot of things at play where where Deion just suddenly plants himself in Colorado, and those tentacles come down into Dallas and into Texas. There's forces at play here that very much want him to fail. Very much.
Yeah.
The NBA, we talked about it yesterday. Vegas looks at the Spurs and sees 27 wins, 5 better than we had without Wemby.
Bet the house, people. Bet the house. I'm like, I would feel awful if they didn't cover.
Gosh. So today, the NBA's the Athletic, their brain trust.
Do you trust the Athletic on the NBA side though? I'm like, NFL, I get it. NBA, you trust them?
I think that what they wrote can be justified in either direction. Okay. So when I see that, I think that's fair and balanced. They tiered NBA talent into 5 tiers. And there's a 1, 1A, 2, 2A, all the way down to coming off the bench, I guess.
Yeah.
And of the Spurs roster, these 32 guys
who
we
got
have on the
tiered, Rob? Who got tiered? How many did we get
We only
tiered?
had 2 land on the tier.
Not shocking at all.
And on the tiers, the highest that landed was a tier 4A player.
4A.
And then there's a 4B, then there's a 5A. And then we have a 5. So we have a 4 and a 5.
Okay.
I will tell you who that is.
Yeah, help me.
I'm a little bit after 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And when you see that, you go, oh, well, now I can see why they're saying 27. And I think one is obvious.
Oh, duh.
But the other one, you might have, I guess it's obvious too.
Yes, it's obvious.
Remember General Booty? When I said it out loud.
Now,
didn't General Booty play quarterback here at Cornerstone?
You got to help me out on that one. You're my go-to when it comes to high school guys moving on.
I think he was here on that Cornerstone football team.
Edwin didn't even want to type it.
Because the Booty name in Louisiana is pretty big time. The Booty family been around for a bit.
Okay.
There was a Booty that played LSU safety.
But they own Alligator Farm?
Well, they're just a football family.
Oh, okay.
And somehow General Booty, and that's his name.
We'll see. I've been married quite some time, so I haven't dealt with any General Booty in
played
a while.
San Antonio Cornerstone in 2018. In 19, he played at San Juan Capistrano, California. Catholic as a junior, son of LSU wide receiver Abram Booty. So I was pretty close there.
You were close. But you were right.
He's at OU now, and he's got an underwear deal.
What else would he have?
Well, the name like General Booty. We saw Caleb pushing hamburgers earlier.
Yeah, Caleb got him a little Wendy's NIL. But it's weird, but it makes sense. Does that make sense what I said? Like, I'm seeing, I'm like, damn, college players are doing commercials. And then I'm like, 5 seconds, I'm like, of course, they should be. And like that has nothing to do with USC. USC ain't paying them. Wendy's is. And why did it take 1,000 years for that to be okay?
Well, the irony is so rich that Caleb is doing the commercials for Wendy's, who also has Reggie Bush under contract. Who would have been thrown in jail by you NCAA saints, thou shalt not receive pay or act professional types, would have thrown his ass in jail
Like
for
Wendy,
stepping up there.
how dare they pay him?
So I think the Wendy's folks see the irony that we
They know
should
what they
see,
did,
that
yeah.
Caleb is doing commercials while Reggie, the Heisman Trophy winner as well, doesn't even have one to look at. They took it. They took his Heisman because he took some money to help his family
He had
out.
a nice house.
You
He
know
had a
what?
really nice house.
It wasn't as nice as it should have been. It was a nice place, yes, but what it should have been was very different. It should have been a big old place in Malibu.
Right. Speaking of him, Reggie, I literally can watch his highlights at USC like on a repeat.
What is it about great college running backs and their mixtape?
It's
'Cause-
Reggie's tape is just like, damn. Like and you're not supposed to look that much better at that level. You see what I'm saying? Like at that level, it's just you shouldn't be that much faster and quicker and elude. Like it's fun to watch.
Well, it was like watching a high school game, like you were saying.
Right.
His talent was so much. He looked twice as fast as anybody on the field, and he did it for 2 years, and no Heisman to look at, not one.
No.
They came in and took it.
You know another person's highlight reel I've been getting caught up on lately? Where is Merrill Hodge? Why is he like I've seen some replays of Merrill Hodge's breakdowns, Rob. He used to be spot dead on.
We
Like,
had
what-
Merrill in studio one time. Merrill came through on a book tour.
Does he not come across on like what is it? Because his football knowledge is through the roof. So what is it? Because you know this TV
There's a
side
term,
and stuff.
I've known Merrill for years. He used to do some Army Navy work. He came through and sat in with Jason and I on a book tour. Remember, he's a cancer survivor.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
He also had a neck issue, put him out of the league. So he's dealt with some things. He's persnickety.
Oh, got you. How was he in studio?
Great guy.
Persnickety?
No,
Oh, okay.
but he's persnickety.
Okay.
Things have to go a certain way. And if they go that way,
Then
he's a pleasure to be around.
if it's off a little bit.
And there's a lot of people like that.
Oh, God, yes.
The fact that we don't see him on the regular is interesting because he does have a football mind that as long as you can put up with the persnicketiness.
Persnickety.
Yeah, write that one down.
I am.
So the Cowboys have 53.
You could have just said he's an ass. I
didn't want to say that because he's not.
No, okay. Rudolph Gonzalez, YouTuber, says they should go after Johnny Football's awards. No, not now. No, they shouldn't. Well, I know what they should do, Rudolph, is give Reggie his back.
What award? Why?
What, the Heisman?
Did you watch the highlights? You just tell me he didn't earn that?
Yeah,
Our whole point here, Rudolph, is
give Reggie his Heisman
it
back.
happened on the field. What does it matter what happened off the field, especially because what happened off the field is not only legal, it is encouraged now.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Don't
Dallas.
be persnickety, Rudolph.
You are being obstinate and persnickety.
So once an hour, Rob, that's the word of the day. We're going to start having the word of the day that you have to use once an hour.
I'm not sure there is a correct spelling for persnickety.
I can't spell
I think we can all use persnickety in its own particular idiom. We
So-
can use it its own way.
Today's word, the day of the word on R&R in the morning is persnickety.
We need it used once an hour in an appropriate fashion.
It's got to be in the right context.
And it will be shown on our YouTube feed. So if you don't have our
I
YouTube
was close.
feed, it is an actual
Wait.
word. I thought that was just a grandma word.
Oh, I spelled it right. Look, before I spelled it right.
So you put the CK, you put the C, you
Yes,
did.
I spelled it right.
I don't think I'd have
You
put
see,
the CK there.
My teachers at Montgomery Elementary School and Spring Meadows and Millers Point taught me to sound it out. Miss Thompson would be proud of me.
Yes, she would.
Sound it out and get as close as you can.
Snick.
It's
T. Four
it's
syllables.
fussy about small details.
That is Merrill
having the
Hodge.
characteristics of a snob,
No, I wouldn't say that.
requiring great precision.
He is persnickety. It's the little things.
Now back to the blitz.
That's moving back.
Joe, would you consider yourself persnickety?
No, the
I got my
persnickety one of
next
those
day.
two is Minix.
Oh God.
Speaking as a color commentator on a
Dude,
football game.
You should see some of the looks he gives me during the game. Dog. I'll be like, hey, watch it. Like Jason don't play when it comes to his play by like the few times that I got too anxious, this quick snap of his neck and looking over at me like,
all right.
I'm like, hey, relax.
Now
dog.
that you have spent a year, you battle tested now.
Yes.
When we come back, I want to tell you a story about why I don't do this job.
Okay.
This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Texas A&M football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday night at 5, it's the Aggies and New Mexico. Presented by Ewald Kubota, ABC Home and Commercial Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. You can check it all out at sacardhouse.com. Full bar, full restaurant attached, Foster's Bar and Grill, one of the best old-fashioned you're going to get. 3-4 top-level chefs, the best bread pudding that you ever have in your life. I've had just about everything on the menu. And also, for the beginners like myself, they got the free roll on Monday nights, only $35. You play pretty good, guess what? You'll last a little bit longer than I do. But for my pros out there, the 6-year anniversary for SA Card House. And going on now through September 30th, they're going to do 16 hot seat drawings daily from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. and one ticket for every 50 hours of play or a chance to win a Dodge Ram or a 2023 Dodge Challenger SXT. That's right, over $270,000 in prizes. Check it all out for yourself at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House, 281 and Bitters.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Everyone here knows Diamonds Direct is the place to go for the best diamonds at the best prices. But did you know that savvy buyers from all over America, even Los Angeles and New York, now come here to buy their diamonds? These high-end shoppers have discovered that Diamonds Direct has one of America's best selections of large, rare diamonds, from 3 carats to 20 carats, all certified by the GIA, the most reputable and most trusted gem lab in the world. Because of Diamonds Direct's international connections and tremendous buying power, we're one of only a handful of jewelry stores in America that is able to offer a large selection of rare and precious GIA diamonds. In fact, Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection includes a stunning array of high-end Riviera necklaces, 20-carat tennis bracelets, and an extraordinary collection of rare, precious gemstones, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and even the really hard-to-find fancy yellow diamonds. Come see why Diamonds Direct right here is the destination for high-end shoppers all over America. Extraordinary selection, quality, and unmatched value. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. DiamondsDirect.com.
Are you finally ready to lose weight for life? Imagine the new you and feeling good in your body without the discomfort and even pain from the excess weight. Get a free consultation today at Revive Men's Health here in San Antonio to assess your health and discuss if their safe and effective weight loss treatment with semaglutide or tirzepatide are a good fit for you. They offer treatments for anyone who may need support in their weight loss goals or who may benefit from prescription weight loss support with pricing up to 60% less than the name brand medications. They also offer comprehensive DNA-based testing to help you understand your metabolism to make sustained weight loss, better performance, and fitness a reality. Join our satisfied patients who are maintaining substantial weight loss. Call Revive today and book your free consultation. Men, women, and couples are all welcome at Revive. Book your free appointment today, saving you $199. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds offer big, bold flavors like sea salt and cracked black pepper, spicy dill, and Korean barbecue. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein, bacony crunch. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at HEB today. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Learn more at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Is joint pain, soreness, and achiness getting in the way of your best life? Football legend Emmitt Smith refuses to back down to pain. That's why he's a huge advocate for QC Kinetics and their natural approach to getting you relief.
Look, we get one trip around, so I wouldn't ever let pain stop me from hanging out with my race team, traveling with my family, or golfing with my friends.
Emmitt's got it right. And QC Kinetics uses regenerative medicine to relieve that never-ending pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. And the best news, there's nothing foreign being introduced into your body. Just your own body's natural healing properties. No surgery or no downtime.
If pain's holding you back, maybe it's tennis, pickleball, running, hiking, or spending time with special people in your life, what are you waiting for? This is precious time. Get out there and get over to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller win.
You got a fast car, and I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal.
It's R&R, and this is Hot Ticket Thursday. If you like this song, you can hear it live. Listen to this. This is Luke Combs, right?
Oh, we got Luke. Are we going Luke?
We got
Combs
tickets
today?
right now to Luke Combs. Yeah. I didn't really prep it the way I should. Hey, morning crew, this is for you. People with a purpose, those that are up early. I got Luke Combs tickets right now on a Hot Ticket Thursday. Get your devices ready and listen to this. Oh, we already played it.
Yeah.
They're already doing it.
9.
I wasn't paying attention. Rudy and I were talking. Hey, I've got Luke Combs tickets all day long. We're going to do it. The next time for Luke will be at 8:20. Next hour, Nickelback tickets.
So we had where were we? Where were we?
We were in a big meeting and we were having the discussion that so many people have had. I think.
So
why do
help
people
me
hate
understand.
Nickelback?
Help a brother out. I don't understand why people hate Nickelback, and I mean, I know some Nickelback songs if I hear them.
Well, there's one.
But why do people hate Nickelback? Are they just too popular?
Well, I think it was the song where they were kind of making fun of the lifestyle. You know, when they were like that rock and roll song where they're talking about drugs. I won't eat much, and I don't know. I don't dislike them to the level that I've been told people dislike them. And we have tickets in an hour if you want to go.
But right now, Luke, I think they see for this, because now I don't know much, but I know Luke probably we should have probably did some type of different type of contest. It shouldn't have been no
These are hard to come by.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been no ninth call. It's too easy for Luke Combs.
And we're going out with a bang, not a whimper, because this is the last Hot Ticket Thursday.
That's it.
This is it. It's a summer promotion.
It's football season, baby.
So now we got real stuff to attend to. But
we're chock full of guests all week starting next week.
Yeah, man, we do. We do. I was going to tell you a story of why I don't do play-by-play and color with Minix.
Yeah, dude. So go ahead.
Because we're talking about, for those that don't know, to be a play-by-play man.
The play-by-play, not the color. The play-by-play.
The guy that is
the hard work, heavy lifting.
That's a calling. You're born to be a play-by-play guy. You don't.
It's got to be. That's got to be in you.
It is truly. And anybody who knows the really good play-by-play types, and Jason Minix, I love him and I'll make fun of him for a lot of things, but I give credit where it's due, is as good a play-by-play guy as there is in the country. I don't care what game you're watching. It's a true fact.
I'm going to let you finish, but there are times, Rob, I'll look over and I'm like,
how did he
that was good.
Poetry.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes he does some stuff
and I don't give Jason props that much, but his play-by-play, he's masterful.
This is a high school football game. You're like, this could be anywhere. And really, that's Minix. And I will say that to the nth degree. I don't know of anybody any better.
I agree.
And it's very hard to work with a guy that is that good.
Yes.
And for Rudy and I, we're football fans. That's all we are. I know. You know how I learned how to describe football? From playing Madden. Up until Madden, I didn't know what a two-deep safety was, two-deep defense. I didn't know what the Tampa 2 is. So I learned to do color analyzing by playing Madden. That's the way I figured out, because when I first started, this is the story. So when I was asked about, 15 years ago, to do the color commentary for the Incarnate Word football team.
For the season.
It was myself and Paul Alexander.
Shout out to Paul. What up, PA?
And Paul is another persnickety.
Is he?
Oh,
I know Paul, but not like that.
wonderful man.
I never.
Wonderful
Yeah,
man.
he is. That's all I know of him. Is good dude.
The coach. In fact, the long stories about Paul, but that was the first time I'd done radio for years, but I'd never done color like this.
Yeah.
So my very first sit down with him was we were doing a game on the road. I believe we were doing Abilene Christian, and ACU was proceeding to beat us by like 80 points. It was just a beatdown of biblical proportions. And we're in the third quarter, and by this time, we're down 65-0. This is the first game I've ever done. I really don't. I know what defenses look like, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I said something in mid-show, and Paul Alexander just turned my mic off.
He turned it off.
Just like, you know what? You are adding nothing to this. And I realized that at that moment that, when you're working with people that don't work with people that are so good at their job that you make them mad.
Yes, it's like when you're watching The Last Dance and Mike's cursing out people in practice. I'm not comparing Jason Minix to Michael Jordan, but when you're that good and somebody is bringing down your situation, because man, we were about to go to break and I didn't know we were about to use some sound and I said something and the sound started and he looked at me Friday night. I was like, dog, it's my first game in a year. My bad.
Yep. So I had at that moment realized, Jason, you and I do 3 hours of radio a day. That's 15 hours a week. We got to get along. We got to be nice to each other. And I know Friday night by about 10 o'clock, you would hate me.
So I'm
just not going to do it with you because I would ruin your night. And I don't want
Edwin's found out that Jason can be a little persnickety on Friday nights. You found that out.
It is,
but you've gotten much better too.
It is the residue of greatness. You have to deal with things that. Hats off to you, my brother.
Like it probably took me till like game 4 last year to where I was like really comfortable. So and then last Friday, it took me to about the second half, because like I said, like I'm not kidding. I'm not just blowing smoke. Like he's so good that I'm borderline nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm borderline nervous. Like okay, like don't mess this up. Like I feel like that's where I am. So give me to about game 2 or 3. I was a little rusty.
One of the great benefits of age is admitting that you're not good at things. Like, you know what? I'm not good at that. I'm never going to be good at it. I'm going to let you go on without me.
Knowing yourself,
but
man.
You are better at it than me. You survived. He done killed me.
Oh yeah. Okay. And the thing about it is I must be okay because Jason would have no problem telling me.
Absolutely.
He would have no problem telling me like, hey man, I appreciate what you did, but no.
And I would like to go back and, you get a prize for being accepted by Minix. It's known as the Kevin Brock Award.
Yeah, because I told him, I was like, dude, I tell him all the time, like, I'm not gonna be you and Brock. That's 25 years. Like you do. Before I took the gig, I was like, you do understand that,
right?
Like
see, I was the next guy after Brock.
I was like, I'm never gonna be that.
Yeah. So
and he was like, I know that. Just come on. I was like, all right.
You never want to be the guy to replace the guy.
Thank you, Manuel Gonzalez.
You're
being nice.
You are welcome aboard. I like the best.
Like that
tells me he's a man after my own heart. Probably got a deer lease someplace. Probably going to be shooting some dove here. Next week, they're going to be shooting dove.
You are? You going to go?
I will I don't have anything specifically scheduled, but if any of you guys do have a lease and are north of 90, I'm available pretty soon. And if you're south of 90, I'll be available in a week or so.
You shoot dove with buckshots?
Yes. If you can shoot a dove with a 22 or a deer rifle, I want to hunt with you, cowboy. Yeah, I shoot.
Oh, okay.
I need the spread. I need a wide. I need 20 gauge.
I was wondering why those dudes were so good. See, you could tell I'm not a gun person because I was like, damn, because I'm thinking they're hitting these things with one bullet.
Well, the thing is, if you used a bullet on those little birds, there'd be nothing left. It would just be feathers and bone. You need the little buckshot.
Only someone ignorant to guns wouldn't know that.
Because while we act like the intent is to eat them,
it's to shoot them.
It's to shoot them. And then the residual is to, there are three parts of the dove hunt. Four. There is the walk. There is the actual hunt, which is the most important part.
Drive me. I don't want to walk.
Then there is the shooting. Can you shoot?
Okay.
And then you hit it, which is all, if you can walk and shoot the deer, shoot the bird, you're halfway there. Then do you have a dog that'll go get it? And if you got those three, life is a good time. Life will work. I mean, and then we're getting told to break. Hey, we got a lot to get into. We promised to talk sports, specifically the Dallas Cowboys. You want to hear from a guy named J-Ron Curse? You will. We promise you. And he's got some good things to say about his defensive end. And have you had a PSL?
What?
Have you had your PSL? I hope you have. I like mine icy cold. How do you like yours? It's R&R. You're on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. I hope you're feeling clean and washed this morning. Washed in the spirit, as my daddy used to say. I hope you stepped out of your Connecticut water softened bath or shower ready to attack a small Friday. Well, it's hard to attack it if you don't even have a Connecticut. Guess what? Right now, it's closeout time at the Connecticut dealership. ConnecticutSA.com is where you can go look at it. If you're looking for a brand new water softener at closeout rates, now is the time to do it. Because as new models arrive, old models got to go. It's just like any other business. And this is the time that you can take advantage of some great deals on what is the best water softener you can have in Central and South Texas. It's a Connecticut. You know, Connecticut's don't even plug in. They work off kinetic energy. It's science. I don't know how it works. I just know it works. And because it only works when you work, only when you turn on the faucet, turn on the hose, you don't use nearly as much salt. It's amazing when you have a thing that works, how little you have to think about it. And once you get a Connecticut, it's one less thing, right? Well, to find out how good a Connecticut is, the Knippas have a great deal for you. 90 days with no commitment. Give them a call today at 656-PURE. They'll send out one of their great professionals. They're going to put a water softener in your home for 90 days and ask you to decide for yourself. That is such a Texas San Antonio thing to do. And that's why there are so many Connecticut customers around San Antonio, because they get it in their home and they realize it's the last water softener they're ever going to own. And once you got it, their commitment to quality and service is very, very apparent. They've got a great warranty. I'd like to brag on how good they follow up on it, but I haven't had to use it. But I can tell you this, apples to apples, there is no better warranty in the San Antonio area. Get yourself a Connecticut water softener and find out for yourself. But dial 656-PURE today. They'll come out there and take care of you like they've taken care of your neighbors for years. Put a Connecticut in your home, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain.
But we don't speak Spanish.
So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks. Babbel's conversational method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado para ir a España contigo.
Aw, he just said, I'm very excited to go to Spain with you. Nos vamos a divertir mucho.
And that means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sí. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready
to go to work.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clear skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Everything that you'd ever seen with Miranda Lambert on it, I have my finger on the pulse of what it is. Idlewind, I've seen every article of clothing. I've spent hours and hours sending inspirations. I've sent clothes that I love and fabrics, and I'm involved in every single garment that you see. It's important to me that it is an extension of my music, and it's an extension of who I am. I always want it to stay as honest as my music. Idlewind at Boot Barn.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
Fair warning, in about 45 minutes, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, will make a live appearance here on the Sports Star. Not directly with us, but with his press conference. We're going to carry it live. Remember, it's the day after cut day. They cut down and then they built back up over the last 24 hours. And Rudy J, if you didn't hear the yippee last night in the backyard, when it was announced that Malik Davis, the future #1 running back with the Dallas Cowboys, has been retained in a skillful strategic move by the Cowboys. They cut him and let the rest of the world know that they still love him, re-signed him. He is now on the practice squad, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
That's what the practice squad is for. Guys like him. They should have another 20 guys.
You know what? As loud as I'm screaming, practice squad is still a wrong by me. If you're on the practice squad, then I was still dead wrong.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I could rejoice and have some fun with it, but I was still wrong. It's fine.
I think that the difference between where he is now and where he could have been on Sunday is probably one snap on the second week in July. You know, I think the difference between him and Dowdle was so close that.
And then I was like, it didn't help the first game. He has 4 carries, 4 yards. No matter who you're running behind.
Yeah, it's true. But they saw it like you. He made it.
He made it.
And while we'll talk about the offense, it's the defense that's front and center today because the emotional leader, the green dot, as it was pointed out on our YouTube feed, Jaron Kearse spoke yesterday. And when you think of what a defense, the difference between a good defense and a great defense to legendary defense, it takes, what do you figure, 3 superstars to get to the great? When you look back on all the great defenses,
let me think.
There were 3.
When I look at the Ravens, you had, on that defensive line, you had a couple guys. Goose's job was really important. Then you had Ray, and then you had, Rod Woodson. Then you had Ed. If I'm talking about the Legion of Boom, who had the Bennett. Then we had Wagner, and then you had, or Cam Chancellor. I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
I'm not saying that
No, it
3
makes
gives you
sense.
legendary, but when you think legendary, there's always 3.
Yeah.
And I think that if the Cowboys are truly going to be legendary, the Jaron Kearse has to be one of the 3.
Yeah. I mean, you look at that Rams defense. They're not legendary, but they have Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey.
Put on a ring.
You know what I mean?
Man, that's pretty close.
They had some dogs.
So if the Cowboys are going to get there, I think Jaron Kearse will be part of the trio that gets them there. The Tony Parker to the 3, the third of the 3. Because he's Dan Quinn's guy. He's his eyes and ears. Well, I think he brought him in. Wasn't he one of the first guys he went and got when he got here? So he brought in a guy just like him. Jaron spoke to his defense and their goals.
3 is better than 2. So, why not do it 3 years in a row? That's our goal. We live by the ball is talking to you. You just got to listen. So, every opportunity we have to go out there and make a play on the ball, DQ's on us to capitalize on those type of opportunities because, they seldom come in this league, with such great quarterbacks and great guys at receiver, running back. So, when you have opportunity with a guy holding the ball loose or a quarterback putting the ball in harm's way, you got to capitalize on those opportunities.
Let me put on my hater hat. Dak to the Dak folks. You Dak folks. How does it feel to know your defense gave you the ball more times than anybody else in the league the last 2 years in a row, and they did nothing with it? 2 years in a row, they've given Dak back the ball more than anybody else in the league, and you have nothing to show for it. And this is how you know that this team really loves each other, because that can become toxic. I've seen it. I've watched the NFL for a long time, and I've seen locker rooms divide because the defense feels a certain way about how the offense ain't doing the damn thing, or vice versa. The offense is like, dude, y'all can't ever get a stop. We got to put up 40 points. This is how I know they really like playing for each other and really enjoy each other as humans.
Well said.
Because that divisional round, and I'm giving y'all all these extra possessions. Let me keep in mind, 2 years ago, Trayvon gave the ball back to Dak 12 times by himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel you, J-Ron. I know you want to get to 3 in a row, but what is your offense going to do with it?
You brought up something that I don't think a lot of us think about, and it's the separation between offense and defense on a football team. That, they coexist, but they do different things at different times, and they just see each other in the big meetings. And
True.
If one is not holding up one side, I think we even saw a little bit of it in the Hard Knocks with the Jets. Like the defense is like, man, you don't got to do much, but you got to do something.
Right.
And I think that the relationship between Dan Quinn and McCarthy, the DQ to Coach Mack, has meant a lot to the locker room, because it could have easily been exactly what you just said. What else do you want from us on this side of the ball? I mean, we're giving you the ball over for 2 consecutive years.
Right.
We held the 49ers to under 20 points.
In their house.
And where are you guys at? How much do you expect from us?
They turned around and gave them 12.
So it could have easily gone that way. Especially
but they like each other.
Yeah, they do like each other.
Clearly.
And there is some certain understanding that you've got a player on your team, the likes of Micah, that truly is making a legendary name for himself.
I expect the defensive player of the year type year from him, hands down. If I was a betting guy, my money's on him. I just seen the way he's came in this year, different than the previous two, and he has the ability to wreck a game at any given moment when he wants to. So the type of impact I'm expecting him to have is not only for the defense but for the team is tremendous. Like I said, if I was a betting guy, defensive player of the year is the type of year I see from him.
Well, if Nick Bosa don't play, it makes it a lot easier.
It does
what
help.
the hell's going on down there? Nick Bosa and was it Chris Jones? Both of them are still like, nope. Or the Chiefs wouldn't sign somebody else. Andy Reid ain't. Andy Reid like, hey man, we got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, well,
Chris, you come back when
we'll see you when you're ready. We'll pay. And I get a sense there's a little bit of that in San Francisco. Like, dude, you're hurt enough anyway. We miss you a couple games.
Yeah,
and we'll see you when we see you. But you're right. If Bosa's out,
it should be but Micah, yeah, I would predict. I would bet that. If I had a little extra cash, I'd bet Micah to win that. I don't think you're gonna get great odds because I mean he's one of the favorites. You're not gonna make much money on it, but I'd bet Micah to win DPOY.
If he does get that player of the year, this team better go a long way.
They will.
I mean, it'll help it go a long way. But if it doesn't, and you had the defensive player of the year, there will be a price to pay for McCarthy. It's called a PSL, and I crave one now.
This is so sad. My co-host is full hip.
Full hip. They're back, baby. Have you had one, and where do you get them? Because we're jonesing for it. How do you like your PSL? We'll talk about it. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SA Card House at 281 in Bitters. That's right. It's their 6-year anniversary, and all the way through September 30th. They're going to be giving away over $270,000 in prizes, and within that $270,000 in prizes is a 2023 Dodge Ram truck and a 2023 Dodge Challenger SXT. That's right, 1 ticket for every 50 hours of live action to win the truck, and 20 random hot seat winners for a chance to win the Dodge Challenger. Think about that as far as that Dodge Challenger goes. Only 20 of you going in that hopper. So that's a real great odds to win a car. That SA Card House will take care of the taxes for you, but you got to play to get the pay. When we're talking about that truck, you're going to be logging the hours anyway. Why not join the tournament? Get in there, just log those hours and get as many tickets or raffles in the hopper as possible. They do 16 hot seat drawings daily from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. And again, 1 hot ticket for every 50 hours. And also, of course, you can get yourself some great eats. The menu is fantastic. They've redone it. That Foster's Bar and Grill and the full bar. I actually had a little 12-year pappy out there at SA Card House last week. That was mighty, mighty smooth. And so full bar, full restaurant, and the best poker playing in the city. That's at SA Card House at 281 in Bitters. Check it all yourself at sacardhouse.com.
The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
It's Macy's Labor Day sale with end of summer specials, like 30 to 40% off Levi's for him and for her, 70% off fine jewelry clearance, and 60% off luggage from Samsonite, Delsey, Travel Pro, and more. Or get an extra 20% off with your coupon or Macy's card. Star Rewards members can earn even faster Dream Star Money bonus days at Macy's. Availability and duration vary by store location. Details at macys.com/starmoney. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Staples has big savings on everything you need for back to school or stocking up the office. Save on all your school essentials from notebooks to markers. Save on everything you need for travel, like luggage, portable tech, and travel-sized personal items. Plus, save on signs, banners, and posters from Staples print and marketing services. And now at Staples, you can save even more with $10 off document printing when you spend $40 or more. Get everything for the office and the classroom for less at Staples. Ends 9/30. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See associate or visit staples.com/print for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Attention taxpayers. Ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Free consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. With over 25 years experience, we have secured important verdicts and settlements, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you're in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel here. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, we get this question quite a bit. Here's what you have to do. Contact Morgan Harrison via email. It's morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she's going to have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, and even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connecting.
Listen up, sports bettors. This is Rudy J here to tell you about my favorite sports book and casino. That's BetUS.com. I only endorse one sports book and casino, and that's BetUS.com. They're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting service with a special offer this football season. Up to 30 risk-free bets. That's right, 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. BetUS offers the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus, and there's more. They offer a massive 200% crypto sign-up bonus and a 250% casino bonus. The game always gets more exciting with a bet. You can take it to another level at BetUS.com. Live in-game betting. Don't wait. Take advantage of their 30th year offer up to 30 risk-free bets. Get started today by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-692-3887 to learn all about their bonuses and special offers. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. BetUS.com, the sports book and casino where the game begins.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagel here. Coming up on the Blitz, it is college football Thursday night. We're going to be live out at the Roo Pub. You should join us there and watch the game afterward. Plus, we've got the latest on the Dallas Cowboys. Who's back? Who's not back? We're going to talk about all of that. Hey, Rudy, since you weren't out at Texas Cheer Liquor, I had all your samples.
Appreciate you guys, man. Look like y'all had a good turnout.
So yesterday, Texas Cheer. Today,
three.
Roo Pub.
Yeah, those guys are never here. You remember those days.
Yeah, I love Roo Pub on a college football night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Utah, Florida.
I have my PSL. I'm going to be picking out my Halloween costume.
We got about a minute. Like, what is up with you pumpkin
They're
spice
delicious.
latte people? Like, I got a good buddy of mine. Him and his wife like lose their minds come pumpkin time, whether it's because
so
there's pumpkin
good.
beer, pumpkin spice latte, like they're just pumpkinites, if that's a word.
I'm a proud pumpkinite. Edwin, do you like PSLs? You a pumpkin spice
drink-
latte
No,
type?
I don't drink coffee.
Rob, I don't see you drinking a PSL.
Well, it's not. Is the
What's
latte
up
the
with you
frozen one?
people? Oh,
I like
know.
them. I don't like the hot ones. I'll drink the hot one, but I like the frozen.
I think it's
PSL,
supposed to be cold.
whatever that is. The pumpkin spice. I love that. Now I'm not down with the because normally the PSL types are also the types that their favorite holiday is Halloween, and I'm not that guy.
Oh,
I'm not all things fall guy.
Halloween people are already outside. They're already outside. They're weirdos. You Halloween people in September are weird.
If your favorite holiday is one that lets you dress up and be somebody else, I'm like.
But no, the pumpkin people, I don't like. Do you like pumpkin?
I legitimately like pumpkin. I like pumpkin pie. I like when you roast pumpkin. You ever roasted pumpkin slices or pumpkin pieces
I don't
in
eat
the oven?
pumpkin pie.
And you can put a little bit of olive oil and. You like sweet potato fries?
I can do sweet potato fries.
See, we're all it's
I can
close.
do sweet potato fries, yes. But I think that ain't by choice.
But do you like sweet potato pie?
No. I know that's weird.
No, I get it because it's a savory thing.
I'm not a big sweets person, period. But no,
see,
I
that's
don't
the thing
like
about
sweet
pumpkin
potato.
is it's not that sweet. It's just sweet enough.
What is it? What is pumpkin flavored? What does it taste like?
It tastes like orange.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It does not.
Tastes like orange
Then I
brown.
like it.
It tastes like pumpkin spice. I don't know.
Me either.
It's kind of a soft. Is it a texture thing? Or is it a flavor? You just don't like pumpkin flavor, whatever that cinnamon is.
Yeah.
Well, for that's just more PSL for us. And I like saying PSL. It sounds like I'm inside of a club. If you're part of the PSL clan, and of course I am. Coming back in the 7 o'clock hour, we've chock full of goodness. We're going to look at the NBA and try to figure out, as far as the talent level of the Spurs, how come when the league says we only got 27 wins in us, and we see 5 kids that actually might be pretty good? We'll tell you what the league looks at when they see the talent on the current Spurs roster and where it ranks amongst the rest of the Western Conference. We'll talk about it next. This is R&R, and you Lucky Devils chose correctly. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
We've got tickets to see Skid Row and Buck Cherry.
Now, Skid Row would have been good. I know a few of their songs, I think. But Buck Cherry, I don't
You heard that song, Crazy Bitch?
I lived it.
Wow.
Did I say that?
Ride home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yingling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yingling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yingling, bring the goods.
Drink responsibly. Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code JOY at checkout. That's harrys.com, code JOY. Enjoy.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, "I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple of years. I bought Navage and I love this thing. Goodbye, neti pot. Hello, Navage." End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Your home for the Cowboys.
Prescott all the way, runs it in for the touchdown.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Cowboys signed back linebacker Malik Jefferson, tight end Sedan McKeon, and running back Malik Davis. They did not get Will Grier as he signed to the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad. The Texans also re-signed linebacker Corey Littleton to pretty much the nearly identical contract to their 53-man roster. And the Rangers have fallen the game behind those Mariners and Astros in the AL West.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Normally the other way in transition. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's R&R. You know that because that's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Welcome on. This hour, Mike McCarthy is going to have his presser a little bit earlier than normal. So we expect him at the podium at 7:30. And when he arrives, we will switch over to him, let him tell you about where the Dallas Cowboys stand. After cut day, where they had to do some maneuvering, they cut their deep snapper, brought him back. They cut a tight end, brought a tight end back. Cut a running back, brought him back. They tried to bring Will Grier back, but
Cincinnati scooped him.
Since he wanted to go someplace where he's appreciated for his beard.
Now, when Will Grier got there and they put a microphone in his face, did he tell them, "This is Joe Burrow's team. I'm just here to help"?
No.
Because Trey Lance did not tell us that this is Dak Prescott's team, and I want to know why. I want to start stuff. If everybody else is starting stuff, why can't we start stuff? Why did Trey Lance not walk in and make it known that this is not his team and he's not trying to steal Dak's job?
Because
I'm kind of serious.
He's here to steal the team. Will Grier knows his place.
I think Trey didn't say it because Trey trying to get that job.
I hope. Well, we hope so.
You want him to, don't you?
But it's kind of like Dana Holgerson poking at
poking
at Texas and Houston and A&M. Like, yeah,
you're supposed to be above Dana Holgerson comments.
All I'm saying is
you're supposed to look down on him, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
sometimes you gotta slap like you can ignore it for so long, but you got to kind of teach a lesson. Like, what are you talking about? We're going to hear from Dana in a bit. His University of Houston Cougars. Come on.
Taking on UTSA. Let's go, Roadrunners. Meet. Birds up. All that stuff.
Nation.
Meet.
We're going to talk some NBA right now. We're also going to hear from Dan Orlovsky.
I like Dan.
Herm Edwards in just a couple of minutes as we lead ourselves up to the press conference. The Cowboys.
I think Herm's a Cowboy hater. He did play for Philly. He did play for Philly. I think Herm, because the only time Herm fires off hot takes is Cowboys. Everything else is kind of like, well, you know, when you're in the pocket, there's certain things that we don't understand as fans. When it comes to Cowboys, it's like, oh no, let me tell you what's really going on here. I'm like, Herm, you got a little hater in you.
I don't think it's a dislike for the Cowboys. I think it's a dislike for the way the Cowboys do business. I think it's just contrary to what Herm believes at his core.
And I also think Herm is like, Herm hates having to talk about the Cowboys every day. I know that for a fact. But he don't get it. Herm's a coach. He don't get it.
And after his little Arizona State sojourn,
I didn't watch a single Herm Edwards coached Arizona State game.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot to see. Okay. And remember that by the time it was over, he had an assistant coach giving away his game plan to the opposing team. Things had gone so south in that locker room. I don't know what happened. I always had a lot of respect for him, but we're going to hear from him in a second. But let's talk some NBA real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
You know, we're about a month away from training camp, about 2 months from our first game. And while the world is focusing on the NFL, the NBA is kind of rounding into this is what we're going to be for training camp. Still some big deals hanging out there. Is Dame going to get moved? James Harden's still floating around, but with the Spurs in particular, they're in good stead. We know what the team's going to look like. Our teams here, we're going to have to whittle it down.
All right.
But to surpass and to, prove the process or the project, we're calling it a project, is in play, you expect improvement. And especially after you draft what we have been told is the greatest prospect in decades. Now, last time we did that, what did we get? 20 wins? It was one of the better turnarounds in history. In fact, we've done it twice.
Yeah.
So on the third attempt, you're telling us that Victor Wembanyama, all 7 or 6'11", he's shrinking actually, what is only worth 5 wins. You go, well, how is that even possible when the Spurs have been drafting lottery picks for the last several years?
True.
They've got a guy that's already renowned as one of the best young players in the league. We saw him on Team USA under his coach. I mean, it was a little bit of daddy ball, but Keldon did play some international basketball the last time they all gathered together. They got a Devin Vassell kid who, when healthy on the court, as everybody universally says, this is the perfect 3-and-D guy. I mean, plays great perimeter defense, can shoot, do all that. They went and got the jack of all trades and best haircut in the rookies and Jeremy Sohan. We see all this. We go, this is a 40-win team, a 35-win team. How could it not be? And then Vegas says, well, there's only 27 wins there. And then we see a tiered system that the Athletic puts out, and they rank all the players in the league. And they go, this is a 1 player, this is a 1A player, all the way through. The highest ranking Spur is a guy that hadn't even played for us yet. That's Victor, and he comes in as a tier 4 player. And the only other guy to even make a ranking is Keldon. He comes out as a tier 5B player.
I think tier 4 is fair for Wemby because we still don't know.
No, I agree. I'm not mad at the
first of all, the fact that he even made it. Because we have no idea what's really going to happen. We don't not know. Like the thing with the international player is, yes, sometimes it translates really, really well. Like, keep in mind what we thought. Tiago Splitter was winning titles overseas in the best league overseas. So we were like, oh man, we're getting, because we missed out on Scola because we didn't want to pay the buyout. So when Tiago came around, we're like, oh man, here we go. Now they did end up winning the title with Tiago, but his role as to what we thought prior to him coming over here was he was pretty much, he was Jakob Poeltl.
Yes,
he was Jakob Poeltl. Considering the hype surrounding him, we thought it was going to be, we were expecting more. Now, I'm not calling Wemby Tiago Splitter. That's not what I said. I'm just, sometimes it just don't translate.
Well, it depends on how you want it to translate.
Well, I wanted to translate into NBA title. What do you mean? How I wanted to translate?
I mean, depends on how you look at the European game. Like, what's that guy?
Which one?
Rondé Hollis Jefferson, the Jordanian Jordan,
Stop
or whatever.
it right now.
What this guy is a 12th guy at best on an NBA roster. And he's going for 40 in FIBA. I mean, he's doing Bruce Bowen things like Bowen when he was in the Philippines.
1 foot fadeaways. I'm like, if y'all don't cut it out.
So
no, yeah, I got you.
I get the comparison. But on the other side of the coin, I hate to say it again. If Wemby was wearing a different colored jersey,
I'm listening.
He would be ranked by any other.
Oh my gosh,
he
Rob.
would be He would be higher. You can't be so duplicitous, because I guarantee you, anybody that wrote this Athletic article at some point in the last 6 weeks, every basketball writer has written, Victor Wembanyama is the next. He does things we've never seen before, and he does it on a repeatable basis, and he keeps getting better. And the fact that he's landed in a place where they have proven in the past to be able to mentor and grow talent like this under the best coach of all time by the metrics, and you're telling me this team is only 5 wins better? Let me tell you.
I thought we were done being that Spur fan. Are we still the Spur fan that feels like the world hates us? I thought we were done with that.
I don't know if it's hatred, but it just doesn't make sense to me. And this, yet again, okay, Wemby's 4.
But we love the Athletic. The Athletic they're not biased to LA. I thought the Athletic is by the numbers, PFF by the numbers. I don't think they were like
they're that far. And the sad thing is, I agree with 4 and 5. I agree with that.
So then what are you saying? Why are you mad?
He's great, but it's San Antonio, so.
There is nowhere in that article where it says
Bro Gamer wins.
Good job, Bro Gamer. Persnickety Rob. Yeah, you got to be with precision when you're breaking down his Spurs. Eric Montez on YouTube says, we just don't get the respect we've earned. See? You see what you started?
It's true.
It's not true, Rob. Not anymore. I think there was a time where people didn't like us because we were winning and it was, air quotes, boring. But I thought we were
But at least then,
I thought everybody kind of liked us now.
But we got respect. They didn't. This is just an utter lack of respect.
We had to take it.
This is just, we
Rob,
know.
How much respect do you want him to give to a rookie that we don't know what he's going to be? How much respect do you want? We don't know what Wemby's going to be.
Either speak to me in terms of Wemby is exactly what he is, whatever that is, and say there are some limitations. It's not all there. Don't promote him to me before the draft and say this guy is going to change the league,
and then you rate him 5 games better,
and then literally within 2 weeks go, it's Spurs got him, so it's 5 wins.
You know what? Okay, but let me ask you this, Rob, and be fair. Be fair with the way their roster is set up. And with their head coach, had he gone to Houston, wouldn't he be a little bit better because the team is better?
No, I disagree with that premise. No,
you don't agree that Houston's a little bit farther along than this. They're both not there yet, Rob.
No. Houston's further along in the process of talent acquisition. I will give you that
because they've been bad longer.
But they're not further along in the building of a team. They've got a brand new coach. They're further along in putting talent in on the roster. But as far as building a team, they just brought in Udoka. They just hit reset again.
Don't do this.
I think that's a fair statement. They've got more talent than the Spurs do.
Because they have Udoka, I feel like they're farther along putting the team together. Look, I'm not saying that Udoka's a better coach than Pop, but he is from the Pop tree, Rob.
What I'm saying is there was a process, how we want to define it in Houston, that was in play for the last 3 years, and it brought in some pretty good talent. And they are further down the lottery road than the Spurs. They've been there more, and they've drafted higher.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But they've got more talent in their process, but they just hit the reset. What they were planning on doing, they're not planning on doing anymore. They brought in a brand new coach with a different idea, and we saw what happened when he got to Boston.
It took some time,
the first little bit. So I think Houston's going to stumble out of the gate, and everybody's going to go, "Well, the Spurs are ahead of them." No, we're not.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. We're not ahead of the
You
Rockets.
don't think, again, I'm God sent. Thank you, Lord, every day that he came here. But there's not a situation you think he could have fell to that would be better to start. Just to make, only because I'm speaking on this 5 wins. Maybe it's more about the roster that is surrounding him than it is him.
No, you're right.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I think he would
if Orlando hit and he's with Paolo, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, well, and if he landed in Charlotte, and
oh God, I don't want to.
What I'm saying, he lands in Charlotte, and he's the only guy. So he's going to play 35 minutes a game and be allowed to turn the ball over 8 times and be allowed to do all the things rookies do. But he would go get 30. I mean, you put him out there, and he might be a volume kind of thing early on. And when you see a stat line, you go, "Oh my God, Wemby is ripping it up." But then when you watch the tape, you go, "Oh."
Or if he's with Dame and Anthony Simmons,
right? Where
that they probably going to have them at more than 27 wins. So I don't. And I'm not knocking the Spurs roster. I think there's something. I think there's some there with this roster. It's just like, okay, now it's all coming together, and Pop can coach them for real now. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to answer the question as to how is it only worth 5 wins.
Well, I also think Vegas sees the Spurs and understand that there is still a need to acquire more talent. Whether they go get it through, they've got.
I like the team. Yes, I like the team,
but they're only a third of the way there. They really are.
Yeah. Fair.
And there's a reason why they've banked all this free agency money. And there's a reason why they've banked all this draft picks. And when Vegas looks at this team and goes, they're not trying to win yet. Those games that they tossed last year, they might try to stay competitive, but they don't have the tools to actually win them. Whereas before they were just going to quit. Now they're going to lose legitimately. We don't have a dude to sub in to lose the game. Even though it looks like we're trying to win, we put that guy in, we're going to lose. Now everybody's part of this team. And I think Vegas looks at it like, project not complete. They're going to lose some games, not intentionally, but by design. Again.
No, I feel you. That makes sense.
But I do disagree with the evaluation of talent. I do think that the younger talent that the Spurs have put together, that Sohan and Devin Vassell need to be mentioned.
Malachi come along.
Well, Keldon has earned it. I mean, Keldon, if you don't bring up Keldon in the realms of young talent around the NBA, you just don't know basketball. Just don't know. Yeah. Devin, I think, is an understudied.
He's my favorite Spur.
And I think both of us and Spur fan, I think, would agree. Those of us that watched enough of him know he probably, when he's fully actualized, could be better than Keldon.
Yeah, I call him Baby DeRozan, and that's a compliment in my eyes.
I think
with the 3 ball,
and we love Keldon. Yeah, but I think we look at the skill set that Devin Vassell brings, and we go, once we get a full season of full Devin with guys around him, he's probably better than Keldon, at least for what the Spurs are wanting to do.
Well, Keldon will finally get to play his real position.
Right. And, and I'm not degrading Keldon.
No, I know you're not.
So I think that those 3, when you're tiering guys and you don't include a Devin Vassell, that tells me you didn't do your research. If you just watch the cat play, there are 3 dudes on this roster that can justify 30 to 32 wins. You could justify it, and no one would bat an eye.
I would bet the house that they're going to win more than 27. But yeah, we got it.
Hey, we've got to give away some tickets. You like Nickelback? Listen to this.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the 9th caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. 9th caller wins.
It's a Hot Ticket Thursday, and this is your last chance as the summer dies down and football begins. Those Thursdays are going to be booked up with real talk about real football. So you want to win tickets, get on the call right now. Get yourself some Nickelback. In an hour, we've got Luke Combs tickets. And in about 8 minutes, we got the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys for his daily presser. He's coming. But first, I want to tell you about my book, my only endorsed book. It is betus.com. I've been with them for years. And I first joined them about 4 years ago. This was an industry that was just growing into itself. And there were all kinds of different companies out there, different books that are all trying to get you to come and join. And guess what? As the fray has started and the true great ones have still stood tall, here sits BetUS after 30 years. And to celebrate 30 years in the industry, they're offering a 30-year anniversary. That is extraordinary. How about 30 risk-free bets? They're calling it Bet Protect. 30 risk-free bets. And on top of that, 125% sign-up bonus. There's a 200% crypto bonus. There's a 250% casino bonus because they got a casino there too. They got all the props you're chasing. They got all your in-game betting as well. It is at betus.com. Call them right now, 1-800-MY-BET-US. You talk, they type, and before you know it, you're going to be on the book with all that you need. That is mybetus.com. Go there right now, betus.com. Call them, 1-800-MY-BET-US. Sign up. Trust me, this is free play, baby. And if you're not doing it, you don't know what you're doing. Call mybetus.com right now, 1-800-MY-BET-US. It's where the game begins. We got the coach just around the corner. We have got the NBA rankings coming as well. Hold on tight. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Texas A&M football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday night at 5, it's the Aggies and New Mexico. Presented by Ewald Kubota, ABC Home and Commercial Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Ever find yourself in a department store with a question, but you can't find anyone who actually works there, so you just wander? That's what it feels like when you call most banks. But at Frost, we have live customer service 24/7, so you can speak to a real human right when you call, every time you call. No phone tree, no bots, just help from a real human when you need it. It's about being there for you. It's about more than money. Frost Bank.
It's football season and the Roo Pub is kicking off their 10-year anniversary party. Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch a game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College football, pro football, the games are on at the Roo. Aggie fans, every game will be on with sound. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Celebrating 10 years, the Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked, classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Are you enrolled in Medicaid or a program like CHIP? Many people in San Antonio are at risk of losing their coverage. Access to affordable, quality health care is important to physical and mental health. Metro Health reminds you to update your information with Texas Health and Human Services. Look for a yellow envelope in the mail that says Action Required from Texas Health and Human Services. For assistance with your Medicaid renewal, call Enroll SA at 210-977-7997 or log into your Texas Benefits account and renew today.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. New Pepto Kids gummies helps relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for new Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a
sandwich,
Dave's
Single
and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty.
Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
School on! Sing on!
Back to school is on, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for your best year yet. Save on headphones and laptops. Save on notebooks, pens, and all the essentials. Priced low and still in stock. And right now at Staples, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each. Plus, select notebooks are just 35 cents each. School on, save on at Staples, where school savings are always in session. Ends 9/16. In-store only. Limit 30.
Listen up, sports bettors. It's Rudy J and Rob Thompson of R&R in the morning. We are here to tell you about our favorite sports book and casino, and the only one we endorse, which is BetUS.com.
They're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting services with a special offer of up to 30 risk-free bets. Get bet protected. Get started today by going to BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-692-3887 to learn more about the bonuses and special offers.
That's BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino, where the game begins.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 210-615-7777 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz. The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to Wall.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. He's Rudy, I'm Rob. We are expecting Coach Mike McCarthy to step up to the podium up there in the Star for his daily presser. And the day after the recovery of a lot of cut dudes, we expect to hear a lot about the team as it is currently formed. Questions to be answered for sure. How does he feel about his line, his team, and preparation for his against division rival, the New York Giants, as he is expected to be on there in just a minute or two. And the team that he's going to be working with is coming into form. I think we are all together.
Who was that?
With the Cowboys, those that were cut with the intention to be brought back. They all were. One of the stranger things the Cowboys did is the cut day came through. We saw that they had cut their deep snapper. So they had effectively come into the regular season without a pretty important cog in the special teams, but that was just all part of the plan.
Yeah.
As they
I would teach my son to be a deep snapper. It's a good way to make high six figures to $1 million for 15 years.
And
you know what I mean? Like, you might own, it's $1 million gig. You getting $1 million a year after what, about 3-4 years, Rob? And then you do it for 12 years, you're making $1 million a year.
The previous one played for a bit. This is Mike McCarthy as he is on the podium.
How do you approach it? Do you give them some stuff on the game? Is it strictly just kind of keep the conditioning until we start next week, or is there the approach different, I guess, this week?
It's definitely an odd week, but I just think, a couple factors involved. Just from a pure practice perspective, practice in the morning to beat the heat is why we're on this particular schedule. But no, we worked on normal D&D yesterday. We'll work on third down today, and then we'll clean that up, and then we'll come in Monday and do some red zone. And because I do want to go through a normal flow next week, because we have not been on an in-season schedule yet. So I think it's important to get your team acclimated and transition into that mode. So, but yes, we're working game plan specific things.
All right, so 4-star kilogram. We have a full complement of your practice squad guys. Can you talk about the two guys you added from other teams to practice squad?
Yeah, definitely. I think really through the transition of it. Saw Sean this morning. Will be he's en route. He won't be here till later today. But I think our personnel department does a tremendous job. Throughout the night that they lay out the candidates. We came in yesterday morning, at 6, studied them. So two good additions. Looking forward to working with the young guys.
Mike Todd Archer with ESPN. You have a Donovan Wilson update. It's been a while that he's been out. How's his rehab going?
It's going okay. So we'll have more for you on Monday. But he won't work in a full capacity today.
You're listening to Mike McCarthy's press conference with the Dallas Cowboys coming from the Star here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
More linebacker tight end types. You look at your 53, it's pretty clear you're a bit short.
on those types of guys?
We're fast.
What's the trade-off, and is it all problematic?
I think everything in this league, and it really, to me, it goes back to what we talk about on offense and defense, and also goes to special teams. When your system of scheme design and how you want to play doesn't give you the ability to, keep the best football player. I mean, we all, length and all those things. I mean, all those profile conversations are important, but at the end of the day, you put together a 90-man roster, and every one of these guys earned this opportunity. So I'm confident with the makeup of our special teams.
Mike Sadis, The Athletic. Related to Hunter, but I just want to ask you, with your time with John Kuhn in Green Bay, just what was the benefit of that? What did you like about the entire tenure that he had in Green Bay, and what worked in your offense?
Well, I mean, John Kuhn's an excellent comparable because that has been used in our conversations. I mean, if you recall, John was he was a very productive one-back runner at Shippensburg, and Hunter has those skills. I mean, I think if you got to see him against the Raiders, very productive in a one-back run part of it. But his versatility is what we're excited about, because obviously it gives us the lead blocking ability in two-back. He's got good hands, good receiver, very bright. The protection part of it he has picked up for a rookie very well. And then there's a lot of high special teams value. The one thing, but you have a guy like John, that can be a staple over there for 4 or 5 years. I see Hunter in the same light.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. This time of year, is it harder to find offensive linemen with that position?
You're listening to
that you guys see?
the Dallas Cowboys daily press
think
conference
just
with
in
Mike
general,
McCarthy here on San
it's,
Antonio Sports Star 94.1.
I mean,
FM.
the whole evaluation and training of O-line, I think we're in an era that's it's challenging. So, and that doesn't, it doesn't, exclude the personnel evaluation part of it, because I mean, it's, we're all chasing it. You got young linemen that need time to develop. So your projection is so important. I think that's why, in all these personnel evaluations, you have to go back to your initial grades. Now, I'm not one to hold on to those grades, but they are, the starting point of how a player is viewed. So, but yeah, it's definitely, tougher. I think it's just tougher in general to find big men, this time of year.
Peyton Hendershot, he was pretty raw, but pretty willing as an inline blocker last year as a rookie. What progression have you seen from him in that respect?
Say that again.
Peyton Hendershot.
Okay.
What's that?
I'm laughing because, I mean, everybody makes fun of my accent, but okay, I didn't understand at first. Okay.
Peyton Hendershot was pretty raw, pretty willing last year as an inline blocker.
Mhm.
How have you seen his progression, you two?
Well, I think he's really grown. I think the biggest thing is, and I think it's your point, is, a lot of twitch, was very productive in the perimeter stuff. I think just, I think of the wheel route he caught against Jacksonville. So, I mean, he has that type of ability on a second level. Just even talking to Dan Quinn this morning, we're talking about, the simulation of the opponent squad in having an athletic tight end, to challenge the defense. And, he's that kind of guy. So, but yeah, we needed to be better blocking the C gap, period, not just Peyton. So, but yes, I think he's definitely improved, the inline blocking. But he has the twitch and athletic ability. Both him and Fergie have done a better job. They were both, very light last year, so they both have done a great job putting on weight.
Mike, with Steele and his recovery, have you seen a guy come back from such a major thing the way he has?
No, I haven't. I mean, just that clean. I mean, that's his. He hasn't missed a day, and it's just Terrence. I mean, he's in there the same time every day, doing the prehab. So, it really, feels like he never left. Yeah.
I think you told us, maybe it was after his rookie year, that you see him as a decade-long player. How can you what made you say that after his first year?
Well, I think you go back to any time you have a chance to work with a young player. His first impression really sticks with me. I can remember watching him move in the rookie orientation there, the pandemic year, and just being impressed with him, day one, and we hadn't even put the pads on yet. So he's got, and his work ethic and just the way he goes about it. I mean, he's always been no nonsense, extremely coachable, very bright, and he's a glue guy. I mean, he's really connected strongly, not only in the O-line room but the locker room. So, Terrence is a stud.
This is Mike McCarthy speaking for his daily presser here with the Dallas Cowboys here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, Floresville.
An 8-year career with you was kind of in the cards at that point.
Yeah, definitely. Hell, I would have gone longer with him. I think John was, that kind of player, not just, coming off of Terrence, his conversation. John was, very strong in the locker room too. Had veteran presence, was a key guy for the special teams. And that wasn't really the philosophy, keeping veterans on special teams. The special teams were all your young players. Just philosophically, it was a different approach. So that speaks to John's value. So yeah, definitely. I mean, it's can wear a lot of hats. When you can wear a lot of hats and give you position flexibility, personnel utilization flexibility. Those are all things that I hold high, because it's all part of game plan, especially over the course of a long season.
Nick Harris, DallasCowboys.com. Has Noah Igbinoghene arrived in the building yet? And if so, what do you like?
Noah's here, and he's he was involved yesterday, so he just come right in, jumped in. So,
Mike, you were talking a little bit earlier about that offensive flexibility. When you look at the guys who are going to touch the ball for you, you have a couple of guys smaller stature than you normally see.
Mm-hmm.
All your tight ends, a little bit different skill sets. Where does this rank as far as diversity of offensive talent that you've worked with, or is this always kind of a template you've always kind of wanted to have?
I've always wanted personnel, flexibility. I think it's challenging for the defense. I think for your team, I think it's even more important in this day and age because of the length of the season, 17 games. But there's also the case of being in one personnel and and being the old less volume, more creativity approach too. So I think you have to have a balance of both.
Is this one of the more diverse skill set groups?
I don't like to do comparables, but it's a very diverse skill group. I'm excited to have these guys.
Joseph Hoyt, Lone Star Life. Mike, you talked about first impressions. What was your first impression of Deuce Vaughn, and how has that developed?
Yeah, I mean, really, Deuce. I mean, obviously, Kansas State, extremely exciting player, and I think the first time you see him in line in a team drill, I mean, you could see right away in the helmets, his unique skill set. But the thing that jumps out of me is his running style. I mean, it looks like he's that far off the ground when he goes through the hole, and they can't really find him. And he's got great vision and instincts, really high in awareness, and he's a playmaker. So very bright. He's picked it up extremely well. So obviously made a very strong first impression.
That's head coach Mike McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys daily press conference, coming to you from the Star here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
As an NFL rookie, what are the keys to make that transition successful?
Well, confidence, number one. You just for the first component of it is the snapping. You got it's a fine motor skill. Fine motor skills. You need reps. The 10,000 rep approach. That kind of focus is what we're looking for, because the snap has to be part of your initial fundamentals and techniques. So the mental part of it, he'll continue to grow. The guards are trained like the center, so that I'm not really concerned about the mental part of it. But it's really the fine motor skill of the cadence and managing the cadence and the snapping. So getting that down.
And with Kelvin Joseph, his absence obviously leaves a bit of a void in terms of special teams. What's the outlook as you kind of work through that? Like you feel pretty comfortable with the options in the building?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think just like anything, it's opportunity, and that'll present itself, in New York, next Sunday night. So yeah, I'm excited about it, guys. I think we're a little younger than we've been in special teams, but John and I are used to that. That's the world pretty much have been in since '06. And but we really like the juice and energy of this group.
Like 3-4 days here with Trey Lance, what have been your first impressions of him?
Very hardworking. We have a quarterback meeting room there. He's pretty much just kind of taking that over. The boards in there. The grease boards look like beautiful mind. So he's really dove into it, and so he's doing all the little things that you need to do. So, the classroom part of his first impression has been excellent. But it's just like anything. It's everybody does it a little differently from the quarterback position, and that's no different for us. Compared to his past experience, and we'll just continue to work on the extra things, particularly in the area of footwork.
That it?
Good. Thank you.
That was head coach Mike McCarthy for his daily press conference, doing it a little earlier than normal because they're going to hit the field and practice earlier to get out of the heat, as we're expecting upwards in the 110s or low 109s up there in Dallas today as they prep. Lots were touched on from the coach. He talked about his new running back, the Deuce Vaughn. He talked about San Antonio's own Terrence Steele, and had he ever had a player come back from what he had done. Talked about his young quarterback, Trey Lance. We'll focus on all that he said in just a bit, but first, I want to tell you a little bit about BetUS, my book, my only book, the only book that Rudy and I endorse is BetUS.com. The reason being is they're not going anywhere. They've been here for 30 years, and you don't last this long without paying those that win. And they protect you when you get there. What about a 30 risk-free bet program? They're calling it Bet Protect. You need to find out about it. 30 risk-free bets. And if you're a first-timer joining, hey, man, they got all kinds of free money for you, and this is exactly what it is. It is free play money. Go make some money on their dime. How about 125% sign-up bonus? Yeah, they give you money to go have fun, and if you're bringing crypto, that's a 200% sign-up bonus, and if you're playing casino games, 250%. They give you free money to come and play at BetUS. So give them a call right now at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. If you need the numbers, it's 1-800-692-3887. 1-800-692-3887. Go get yourself signed up. We got college games tonight and all weekend long. Take advantage of the sign-up bonus. Take advantage of the 30 risk-free bets. Call 1-800-MY-BET-US. It's where the game begins. We had Coach McCarthy sit up and tell us a little bit about his team prep. They're going to practice early. He also told us they haven't really gotten into the game week prep, but they're acting as if.
He's talking about the conditioning. It's about that time to get it ramped up so you get that feel. I mean, they didn't play preseason. So you got to do something.
Got two new players in the building. The number one, the cornerback brought in, and I'm going to need some practice on the last name. But he is and the other in transit. We talked about Terrence Steele. He
said he's a stud. He said Terrence is a stud.
The question was asked, have you ever seen a guy come back this quickly from an injury like he dealt with? And McCarthy said no. That's 30 years of football.
Prisoner of the moment.
Well, I mean, that's 30 years of football, and certainly the technology in medicine has improved.
Is he back yet? You know what I mean? And is he back yet when you're going up against Nick Bosa?
Which, by the way, word has it he is expected to play week one. Pulled the ultimate vet move to get out of training camp. He said something interesting about Terrence that he said, I see him every day in prehab.
Prehab? What is prehab?
Are you planning on getting hurt? Are you prepping on getting hurt? But he says he sees him every day in prehab, but he's never seen a guy get back to this position this quickly. And he said is the way he moved from the very first time he saw it. You keep saying, and I'm agreeing with you, and when you hear McCarthy talk about his offensive lineman in such glowing terms, money's coming.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He talked about his new quarterback, Trey Lance.
Only one Trey Lance question.
I think that was deliberate. And as soon as one was asked, they said it's over. We'll get one in. We're not going to let a follow-up on this. So once the Trey Lance question was asked, which you could tell,
he's beat
let's
down
put
by
this. Let's
hard
put this
working.
to bed.
Hard working. That's what he said. Hard working.
One of the things that he did make a point of saying was, every quarterback does things differently. I walked into the room and the grease board looked like a beautiful mind, which, if you know what they're talking about, that's with the lines of string and all the stuff. And then he said, we got to work on the fundamentals, primarily footwork, which I think was a reflection on him telling us this guy is so raw that even after 2 years under the tutelage of Kyle Shanahan, he is still a work desperately in need of progress.
So is his starter.
Oh, but I thought it was a point that
they worked on that with Dak this
oh,
season.
Yeah. But for him to make sure he got that in on that one question,
let me let y'all know
he ain't ready. He ain't ready.
That's
he ain't ready.
Exactly what that was. Thank you. I heard that the same way. I was like, okay, that was his nice way of telling us and not hurting Trey's feelings or Jerry's feelings. Well, not Jerry, because Jerry said he wasn't going to play this year. Not hurting Trey's feelings, but a nice way of saying he's not ready. And that's fine. This is your developmental quarterback that you should have drafted since 2020 when Jalen Hurts didn't fall to you.
He was asked, Coach McCarthy was asked about this roster. He says he doesn't like comparables, but there's a couple things that he does like, and the flexibility of his offense. That, that's one of the things he's been chasing since he got here. He's not going to compare to other teams when he was asked, is this the most flexible team you've ever had? And he did say that he has got a team now that he can put guys in a lot of different situations and a lot of positions and go places that maybe he hadn't been able to do. And that's also reflected in a question that was asked early in the presser regarding his tight end, this Hunter Lepke guy that made the team out of Bo Diddley Tech or wherever he was. And the comparison for those you remember his days at Green Bay to John Kuhn,
right?
Who was a jack of all trades. There's been a guy like John Kuhn in a lot of good teams that could play fullback, that could play kind of a small tight end, a chip back if the edge needed some help,
wide open on goal line pass plays. Yeah, that guy. I know exactly who you're talking about.
And he also talked about his a bit like this is a 5-year guy that you can use him on special teams. You can put him on the edge. And more importantly, he's really good in single back offenses, that he's able to run the ball in those goal line situations where you need that power back and can go get things done on his own. The reason that Kuhn made the team in the first part with Green Bay was that, and he brought that up about Lepke. So in hindsight, it should be no surprise that the guy made the team. I mean, made the 53 because this guy is the modern jack of all trades. You can play him in a lot of different ways, and he's a stud on special teams.
I get the feeling though the daily Dallas media up there is not sold on this special teams unit. A few different special team questions, and Mike did allude to the fact that, look, yes, my special teams unit is very young. So I don't know what because again, with the Dallas daily cover team up there, they talk and they kind of compare notes. And clearly, offensive line depth and the special teams unit and the linebacker depth are things that they're talking about because that's where most of the questions are coming from. So I'm going to keep my eye on this special teams unit. I trust the daily guys' eyes and see if that becomes an Achilles heel of this team. Because while special teams, for the most part, you kick it and you get off the field. If you lose in that side of the ball, you can lose a game on special teams, or you can win one on special teams. So considering that they got their eye on that, I'll keep a close eye on it as well.
I think they have the potential to have a special teams as a weapon.
Well, with Terp or with Deuce, yeah, I would agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't expect it, nor do I think that
if you could get two
to chase it.
You get 2 returns in a season.
Oh yeah,
you take it.
Just don't lose the game. That's all. The special teams
normally
from field goal
win the
kicker.
Special teams battle, you win that game.
Yeah.
Normally.
And great teams, that's how they get there. That's one of the things.
I mean, I saw my Chicago Bears in the Devin Hester days win defense and special teams every day, every Sunday, and go to a Super Bowl.
But that's rare.
No,
to have a weapon in the special teams is rare.
Especially like Devin, the best to ever do it. That's super rare.
You see the potential between Vaughn and Turpin, and hell, Turpin was all pro last year. I don't know how.
I don't either, but okay.
But and he also spoke to Deuce Vaughn. We'll break down what Coach McCarthy said in his press conference. We're also coming back looking in the college football world. Dana Holgorsen is a barking Chihuahua, and as UTSA heads east to take on Houston this week. Why is Holgorsen looking at A&M and Texas? You got your own problems to deal with. And if you're a General Booty fan, you can buy his draws. Lots to talk about. We'll be right back with it. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I just told you it's college football season. You better be heading over to Tri-County before the weekend begins. Heck, you got games tonight. Surprise the fan with something spectacular on a grill, because a great meal always starts with great meat coming from Tri-County Meat Market. 2 locations, Hebner, Ralph Fair. You know where they are. Now head over there. Go get yourself something to celebrate the beginning of college football, a signpost event, a food porn event. Go get something to celebrate the beginning of college football, and nothing is prettier than a big old steak standing over a fire. Head over to Tri-County Meat Market. They start at prime and they work your way up. If you're looking for Akaushi and Wagyu, yeah, they got it. But if you're looking for good Texas meat, the kind that we appreciate coming from MTX beef, coming from our hill country, they've got it. Go get it. It's at Tri-County. Don't leave without filling your bag full of 5 for $25. There's 2 meals in there of great food. Trust me, best deal in San Antonio. And don't walk out the door without getting on the email list with all their specials. That's Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations chock full of everything you need to up your grilling game. Head over to Tri-County today, put some fine meat on the grill, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. You can check it all out at sacardhouse.com. Full bar, full restaurant attached, Foster's Bar and Grill. One of the best old-fashioned you're going to get. 3-4 top-level chefs. The best bread pudding that you ever have in your life. I've had just about everything on the menu. And also, for the beginners like myself, they got the free roll on Monday nights, only $35. You play pretty good, guess what? You'll last a little bit longer than I do. But for my pros out there, the 6-year anniversary for SA Card House. And going on now through September 30th, they're going to do 16 hot seat drawings daily from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. and 1 ticket for every 50 hours of play, or a chance to win a Dodge Ram or a 2023 Dodge Challenger SXT. That's right, over $270,000 in prizes. Check it all out for yourself at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House, 281 and Bitters.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday for featured guest speakers, great food, and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation, and they're proud to be one of the oldest quarterback clubs in the country. The first meeting of the season will feature UTSA coach Jeff Traylor on September 12th at the race facility. To learn more or sign up, go to saqbclub.com and support the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
And Twin Peaks is honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every Friday at our Bourbon and Brews party. Get to Twin Peaks Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. Cheers!
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember 2 things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, when you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each place their trust in me to do everything it takes to attain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code JOY at checkout. That's harrys.com, code JOY. Enjoy.
Here is a proverb for today from the Hebrew Scriptures. The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even tempered. How often does something go from bad to worse because someone doesn't stop talking? There's a story about the spiritual habits guru, Dallas Willard, where he was engaged in a conversation with someone who was beginning to get a little angry. This person said some unkind things to Dallas, who did not respond. Later, he was asked why, and he replied, "I am practicing the discipline of not having the last word." There is so much wisdom in learning how to not make things worse. How much of a bad moment, how many bridges burned, how much hurt is related to the last thing said? That last thing you can't unsay. The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even tempered. It's okay not to have the last word, and it might make reconciliation not necessary. This is Mark Absher with the MacArthur Park Church of Christ. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Attention business owners. If you had W-2 employees during the pandemic, you are potentially leaving a lot of money on the table. I'm sure you've heard of the ERC, or Employee Retention Credit, from people promising outrageous returns and charging an arm and a leg to get what's rightfully yours. If you'd like to talk to someone born and raised here, to an expert you can meet in person and not some salesman in New York, visit me, Mike Rooney, at SanAntonioERC.com. Not everyone is going to get approved, and I can't promise $26,000 per employee, but it's worth looking into at SanAntonioERC.com.
Listen up, sports bettors. This is Rudy J here to tell you about my favorite sports book and casino. That's BetUS.com. I only endorse one sports book, and that's BetUS.com. A special offer up to 30 risk-free bets. That's right. Get Bet Protect and get started today by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BETUS. That's 1-800-6923887 to learn about all their bonuses and special offers. That's BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino, where the game begins.
Your home for Rob and Rudy. It's R&R in the morning on YouTube, sasportstar.com. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys brought back a few players, and linebacker Malik Jefferson, tight end Sean McKeon, and running back Malik Davis. The Texans also re-signed linebacker Corey Littleton, who was released yesterday and brought back nearly under his identical contract. And San Antonio Sports Star's own Rangers fell a game behind the Mariners and Astros. All three teams have the day off.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I'm just excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
Rudy J and Rob. Welcome on to R&R. Busy morning. We got a lot to get into. We just, if you're just joining us, Mike McCarthy was on for the last 30 minutes during his daily presser. He talked about Terrence Steele, his right tackle. He talked about his new third-string quarterback. He talked flexibility on offense. He talked about Deuce Vaughn. Lots to get into. We'll cut it up. We'll have it for you in a sec. College football begins today for real, as everybody playing this weekend. Florida and Utah leading the night, but lots of games to talk about this weekend as Dana Holgerson's Houston Cougars prepares to get beaten by UTSA's Roadrunners there in Houston, but he's picking on UT and A&M. We're going to talk there.
Somebody needs to put them in their place.
Did you guys? It'll happen. Trust me.
Kidding.
Holgerson got ran out of West Virginia. That's a school that's holding on to or held on to desperately to Huggins.
Yeah.
See the University of Nebraska hosted a
Really cool
volleyball
scene.
game in their football stadium.
92,000.
92,000 in to watch that volleyball game. And what a cool environment it looked like. That
now it was some sucky seats on a court that small, but yeah, you got this. It was still an environment. It's more about the environment than the actual game. They're really good at volleyball.
You ever been to the Final Four and bought a cheap ticket?
Don't even get me started on Final Four games in football stadiums. I hate it, but I love it because Alamo Dome gets it, and it keeps us in rotation. So I get it, but yeah, if you don't have a good seat, it's tough.
And I've sat now the last one here. I'm not sure.
You.
Remember our media seats?
They weren't that bad.
Well, we were looking up.
Were we looking up?
Yeah. Or it's at the do I have them confused?
I think you got them confused.
Well, one of them here I was looking up.
Yeah. See, we were supposed to be down there, but we didn't go.
So I get you're gonna get a bad seat, but it's about the environment.
No, that was pretty cool to see.
All I could think of was, why didn't we think of that? I think every school needs to, I think every school needs
even
to
if
do
you're not
like
good, because Nebraska's really good.
No, I think it's a culture thing.
Yeah, it's a culture thing for sure.
And I think every Power 5 school.
I know for a fact UT could pull it off. Their women's volleyball team is great.
I thought that was worthy of a repeat. Good job, University of Nebraska.
Now I know the Big 12 is doing Rucker. Doing a little Rucker, the men's basketball. They're doing like a Rucker tournament this year, aren't they?
Brett Yormark.
Yeah.
Big 12 genius. So explain to me, Dana Holgerson. I know that we've talked about, successful schools own their city, own their region. And I know what Dana's trying to do because A&M and Texas loot Houston. Well, I mean, they go in,
they do.
They take everybody, and the leftovers decide to stay home. That's real talk. That's not. I'm not making fun.
LSU loots them as well.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So everybody comes
does.
into Houston, and everybody knows that, like Guy Lewis knew years ago, if I can just recruit Houston in basketball, I will win a national championship. That's all he knew. And like Howard Snellenberger knew, as the 30 for 30 will tell you, he knew we draw a line. We call this the state of Miami, and no one gets out. I understand what Holgerson's trying to do. And now he's got to have a platform to do it in the Big 12. At least he will have the stage to perform on.
Yeah, quote. This is his, I guess he does he's going to do a weekly radio show up there in Houston. You can have that opinion about Texas and Texas A&M if you want to, but they are the reasons we weren't in the Big 12. Those two schools are the specific reasons why we haven't been in the Big 12 the last 28 years. Screw them. They can go wherever they want. They don't want us. We don't want them. So basically what Holgerson is saying, look, we wanted into the Big 12, but Texas and Texas A&M knew if we come into the Big 12, then that puts us on the same level as them, and then they can't come into Houston and purge us.
Oh, I get what you're doing. I get it.
Rob, I think he has a point. I think I agree with him, Rob. Don't let your Aggie hang on this. I think he has a great point.
No, I see where he's going.
And they had the power to keep Houston out because Houston should have always been in the Big 12. What?
No, I'm not fighting it. I'm trying to say, given the situation that they found themselves, as the Southwest Conference was, they ended up being a lot like where the Pac-12 is, where we had to go wherever we could, and the free schools that up there, the Big 8 back then, they were just bigger than Houston. They just fell out of. They were just bigger state schools than Houston was. Yeah, and they got lost in the shuffle. And I will agree with the premise that A&M and Texas should have fought harder for those that were than they did. But everybody hated everybody when we broke apart. Everybody was cheating. SMU had done this. We hated it. Was
but
it was
because they were in the
guts.
Southwestern Conference. So
And
why
that-
didn't you bring
I
us
will
along?
agree that Texas and A&M and
They wanted
those
to
that
purge Houston.
well, it wasn't just Houston. It was we had nowhere else to go, and big state schools up there said, okay, but we get to do some things that there just wasn't enough room for Houston. So you're right. I get it. But here's the situation you find yourself now. That was 30 years ago, and it's gone. That boat has sailed.
You saying let it go, bro?
Yeah, let it go.
Well, see, what happened was the fan, they let fans call. You know, sometimes they do these coaches shows, they let fans call. The fan said, dude, I'm a Houston fan, but I'm disappointed that y'all are now joining the Big 12 without Texas and Texas A&M. And Dana was like, look, we wanted to be here. A&M and Texas wouldn't let us in, which is pretty rude.
Well,
it's pretty shady. Pretty shady, man. Pretty shady, but I get it. It's big boy business.
Look how long it took. Houston basketball is just now back.
Wow.
You know, seriously, from
wow.
It was because the recruiting out of Houston is as good as any city in the country. I mean, everybody says Miami, or you can talk about New Orleans, you can talk about Atlanta, you can talk about the big markets, Dallas certainly, but Houston, you own Houston. But Houston has been divvied up as a pie. And I think the very first to realize how much was there after years of separation was Jackie Sherrill at A&M.
What do you mean?
Jackie Sherrill, when A&M got good, realized there are two places in this state to recruit. I have to recruit South Dallas, and I got to recruit Southeast Houston down to Baytown. Or to base it all the way down to Galveston. I got to recruit. If I own those two areas, I'll start getting talent.
Compete.
And it happened fast. And since that time, everybody's been chasing. And no way in hell was Texas or A&M going to allow Houston to grow. No way. And that'll continue to this day. But the sad part is, you know, Harvard used to be good at football too.
No. Well, I remember that. I don't remember,
but I remember Harvard. I'm just saying,
I remember reading about Harvard having a good program.
Change. You had a chance, and you went a different direction. It's just never going to come back. So understand your place is where I'm going.
Yeah,
with Holgorsen.
But it's been a lot of shots. Now, when you think about Holgorsen, forget, Rob. I want to say last year when the Deputy Commissioner Tim Weiser said, you know, Texas moving to the SEC is because they'd rather get beat by Bama than Kansas State. Harsh.
Well,
then Brett Yormark takes aim, and then now today or yesterday, Holgorsen. So it's like people are kicking Texas in the butt on the way out.
But this is what I equate this to. Remember Eddie Murphy? I believe it was Raw, and he talked about when Rocky came out, how every Italian man went and saw Rocky, came walking out of Rocky and was like ready to fight. I think everybody that's been listening to Yormark over the last couple of weeks has come out of every discussion like Yormark's picking fights up in Lubbock.
Attitude reflect leadership.
And everybody walking out going, hey, F you, Texas.
Yeah.
Hey, I think they're all listening to Yormark knowing, yeah, we're a little bit cockier than we should be. Because I think Texas, you're poking a bear that is about to wake up. I believe that, man.
If it's a bear, it ain't a grizzly. It might.
And
don't get me wrong, Rob. A black bear can do you harm, but they're not. Texas is far from a grizzly bear.
But the competition ain't what it's been there. TCU ain't what it was. McGuire's got Texas Tech on the come. I will agree that he has recruited well, but OU is still not there. Baylor is back to where Baylor was before. I think that the competition is down and Texas is waking up and everybody's starting to pick a fight with a bear you don't want to pick on, because here's what's going to happen. And this is how it bleeds into my agginess is Texas is going to be 8-0, number 2 in the country. Oh no, they'll be 7-1. They're going to lose to Bama. They're going to
maybe.
They're going to lose to Bama, but it won't be an ugly loss, but they're going to lose to Bama. And they're going to be 7-1. They're going to be top 5 in the country. And Texas fan is going to be insufferable. So I'm just warning everybody. God. Here it comes. And I blame a lot of this on the Holgersons and the Yormarks going, yeah, and kick your ass on the way out the door.
Well, they play Houston on October 21st. It'll be their first matchup since 95.
You're the barking bull, little Chihuahua. And used to, we would just kind of kick you away.
No, it was 0-2 they won. Well, this is the thing, Rob.
Houston's gonna suffer, man.
So with all that said, you said Baylor's back down, TCU's back down. We don't even know what the hell Oklahoma is. Let's say they do win it. It's an accomplishment, but the conference is terrible. So what does that even mean to me? Like, it's like this year, considering where we are and considering what's on the horizon, it's no different in who wins the Pac-12. It's no different.
But you're right. But let me tell you,
it doesn't. It's not an accomplishment to me.
But they're by this time, by the end of the season, with one loss.
I'm listening.
They're a playoff team,
of course.
And then once you get into the playoff teams,
then you better show up.
Well, you better show up.
Don't be Notre Dame when you get to the playoff. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other direction, though. I'm going to go. I'm one play away, 2 plays away from winning a national championship. And whether I fall ass backwards into it, skating into it, playing nobody for a year, no one will look back on it because.
Did you see what happened at TCU against Georgia?
Yes. I'm not saying it's imminent, but at least I'm on the dance floor. And something could happen. And it's going to be starting next year. You think it's going to be monumental to get back to this level. While you look at this year as kind of a purgatory as we wait for the next, this is Texas's last best opportunity for the next 4 years. Because starting next year, they got to get through Georgia, they got to get through Bama, they got to get through LSU, and I haven't even brought up A&M. Yeah. So this year, they got to get through Kansas State just to get to the playoff. And you never know what happens by that time because there's enough talent on this Texas team that if they get better the way we think they could, they could be in a situation to be fast enough to keep up with a Georgia, to be big enough to go face-to-face with Michigan, to do the things that everybody thought they were going to be. Now they might actually have the cats to do it, and they could fall ass backwards into it because this conference is in such flux.
Well, I don't believe in them.
Dana,
I don't believe in them.
What's that Houston game date?
October 21st.
Prepare for a 60-point beating.
They ain't beating. They ain't beating anybody by 60.
I'm aiming for it, and I ain't taking my foot off the gas. Goodbye and good riddance. You don't want to play me? I'm gonna tell you what.
I mean, I mean, it's easy, quote unquote, thrown. Heavy as the head. Even though they haven't done anything since 2009, they're still the big dogs in the Big 12 because they make $200 million a year, and they're University of Texas. But
and Texas fans gonna be in Houston. You're outnumbered 3-1, dude.
Oh yeah, easy. Let me see: Longhorns, Rice, Bama, Wyoming, Baylor, Kansas, Oklahoma, then Houston. What a schedule! What a schedule!
See what I'm saying? So while you're like, wait till next year, if they do this right.
No, what I'm saying is like. Next year, that looks a lot different.
Oh,
you see, that looks a lot different next year. Like, if you want to impress me, do it in 2024. I'm not going to be in the streets celebrate. I'm not driving down Commerce and honking with the Longhorns for winning this Big 12 after being down since 2009. I will not. And now, if y'all want to celebrate, hey, go have at it. You guys, I'll see you in the morning. I'll even bring you some hangover stuff. I'm not celebrating Baylor, Kansas, OU, BYU, Kansas State, number 17 TCU. I'm not celebrating that. You supposed like
Phil Jackson.
You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to. You want to celebrate a supposed to year? Have at it. I'm just not gonna play. I'm just not gonna party with y'all. But hey, good for you. It's been since 2009. It is an accomplishment, I guess.
They are being poked in the eye, man.
A lot of people kept coming for him. You know, Holgerson and Yormark. I know Mullet took his shots at OU. Like, hey, they decided to leave. It's personal. Now, the one caveat, Rob, the CFP has come out and said, until y'all finish up this realignment crap, we ain't doing no expansion. So y'all need to hurry up and get settled. Find your apartments or find your homes, put the furniture in there, make some roots, and we can get to this expansion. But until then, we're not going to do no expanding. Y'all are running all over the damn place.
Now, what have we got? 2 years? Well, a year.
Yeah,
they got a year. And really, the last of the
CFP
shifts
is full of crap. That's gonna be.
We got TV deals. What do you?
Yeah, what do you? I hear you, little 13 people.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't worth 13 billion.
Just you go ahead and schedule those bowl games. You go ahead and take care of business. Don't worry about us.
Well, I'm a betting man, Rob, and I bet we're gonna have our expansion.
Do you? Don't worry about that. How do you think Houston does against Texas? Legitimate
This year?
Do you think Texas rolls in?
Do I think Texas wins the game in Houston? Yes, I think Texas beats Houston. I'm not gonna disrespect them that bad, but I don't see Tech. I mean, yeah, you got a couple games on this schedule of teams that are gonna roll because they're just not good. They're not rolling Houston. Houston got some athletes on that team.
Okay,
they're not rolling them. What's the spread for that game? I can't see it. I don't see it.
If they have it out already.
It ain't out yet. Where is it? I don't see it. That's UTSA. I'm talking about UT. We're talking UT. I know UT's favored, actually. Oh, UTSA's favored over Houston.
Yes.
So that does say a lot.
That's what I'm telling you. Texas is going to hang 60 on them. You think you're mad at me now? Wait till I don't even look.
Wait till I don't call off the dogs.
Till I am literally going into the guy that lives right across the street from the campus and showing highlights of this game. Because that's what I'm going to do.
And I think considering, these guys getting paid now, I shouldn't have to do mercy rule anymore.
No,
if I want to I never believed in the mercy rule anyway, but definitely not now. We're grown men getting paid.
Let's see. Are you a Luke Combs fan?
Wow.
If you are, listen to this.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller wins.
Luke Combs coming. We got the tickets. This is our final Hot Ticket Thursday. And I've got another set of tickets to give away in 1 hour. And while you might be a Nickelback fan, I know you love their songs. You might not admit it openly. You might have to put on a costume.
I don't think anybody loves them.
Well, they're coming to the Moody Center, and the tickets are hard to come by. Somebody likes them, and you can go for free. That'll be in 1 hour. Make sure you're paying attention to Hot Ticket Thursday as we wave goodbye and put football front and center. It's going to be a full weekend. We just had Mike McCarthy join us, have his presser. We carried it live. Lots to undress there. We also have more on Terrence Steele, San Antonio's own, as he's working himself back into the lineup and is due a big check. We're going to hear from him. We're going to hear from J-Ron Curse.
And Mike McCarthy, maybe.
Mike McCarthy. All that is just around the bend. So you want to hang on tight. We got a lot to talk about. But first,
my favorite sports book and casino is BetUS.com. Football is back, baby, and that means it's time to lay down those bets. You can also put a little something strange with some change on those Spurs to win more than 27 games. And I only endorse one sports book where I do that, and that's BetUS.com. They're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting service with a special offer this football season. Going to give you up to 30 risk-free bets. Yes, 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. BetUS.com offers the biggest 125% sign-up bonus as well. Yes, you heard me, 125% sign-up bonus. Get Bet Protect and get started by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino where the games begin.
Do you see the Hard Knocks? Anybody watch the Hard Knocks yet? I got a chance to watch it.
I just watched the Instagram clips.
No, I want to talk about the one, the famous, the one that's most famous. He ain't going against the New York Giant rookie or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, he ain't no rookie. That's why I was disrespectful.
Who was the?
He was a vet. He's like an 8-year vet.
Well, there was a back and forth.
Right.
Well, do we have the sound? If we have it, you got to listen to this. And what it did is it kind of opened the door to something that we don't really talk about, that we don't even really know about. And that's the hierarchy, what goes on inside of a locker room, like the vets and younger vets and what is respected.
Jihad Ward. Ward.
Yeah, that is an 8-year vet. Well, respect is earned and not given. This is Aaron.
We're going to just bootleg out to the left, flipping it left. McCole Hardman.
Bro, yeah. Show some respect, bro. Come on, what the is that 5 damn set? I don't even know who you are, bro. I don't know who you don't. I never heard of you.
And the officials having to separate Jihad Ward and Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Drops back, lobs one, front left pylon. It is caught. Garrett Wilson. Oh, it's a jet touchdown.
Poke the bear. Oh, I ain't doing that, bro. I'm not hurting you. Then I gave
Poke
him
the
the line
bear.
that's uncomeback with a bow. I said, I don't even know who you are. And he said, I don't know who you are. I said, bull.
Aaron Rodgers, that was all from the Hard
See, so
Knocks
now I
production.
remember that mail helped me remember why I don't like him. Poke the bear.
He did, and he dropped a dime.
Aaron, you have a Super Bowl, but he walks around like he has 4.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. I don't know who you are, bro. Like, I'm not saying you need to. Let's say you got to treat him like he's Micah Parsons, but good Lord.
It's hard not to believe you're great when everybody's telling you how great you are.
Right. Now, see, Ward's side of the story is he went in more depth, and Ward was like, look, I did that on purpose because of that BS blindside block by Randall Cobb that considering it was preseason, it was Bush League. So I had my guys back. My guys in concussion protocol because Randall Cobb, who Aaron Rodgers did touch up with Cobb for doing that. He was like, dude, you got a baby on the way. He was like, your wife's going to be pissed at you. What the hell are you thinking? It's not 2014.
I cut that line right there.
He's like,
This ain't 2014 anymore. You can't do that.
Right.
I love that conversation.
Yeah.
But apart from that, the comeback, you don't really realize until you're really close to it, the hierarchy, what goes on the field and what is allowable between players and what isn't. And that really what he did, what John did, wasn't all that bad.
It
was
wasn't.
just
But
kind of
Aaron
a
didn't
forearm
want you to
shiver
touch him at all.
to the chest after a lob pass where he was just kind of dropping back. And Aaron was going to have none of it. And that's part
Have
of
some
being
respect, bro.
That's part of being the king out there on the football field.
But he broed him. Have some respect, bro. I don't even know who you are, bro. Like, you're broing people? Anyway.
We keep saying that you can, with a video, you can create your own narrative. If you pull the right sound
That's
at the right
what Ward
time.
said. Ward was upset because he was like, dude, they're editing it to make him look good and make me look bad.
And
it worked.
It worked again. My wife said yesterday, I can't believe it. I think I like this guy. And I was like, don't.
What?
Don't. We have enough history. We got receipts.
Nah, nobody likes Aaron Rodgers. Not for real in real life, unless you're a receiver on his team.
Yeah. And I think that once you played with him, he has made a lot of people a lot of money.
But Aaron is smart and Randall's smart. Aaron cursed out Randall Cobb in the huddle. It's the old Greg Popovich trick. He's letting Garrett Wilson and those other guys know. Me and Randall Cobb are like best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And if I cuss him out, Garrett, you screw up, I'm cussing you out too. It's an old pop trick. Hey, Tim, I'm gonna curse you out right now so that everybody else knows that I can cuss them out too.
Now
Great trick. I like it.
I managed to make it through one fantasy draft.
Oh gosh.
Without drafting. In fact, that league that I'm in, and guys, this is all people who do know fantasy football.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers wasn't even drafted.
I don't.
Which was kind of crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't know if you guys know what y'all are doing.
Well, I mean, there are other reasons, but he wasn't even drafted.
Is it a bad quarterback league like the one Minix plays in?
No. We score in a way. It's I don't know. That's another story. But
I remember that damn league last year. Minix kept coming in here saying, "Hey man, Justin Fields doing great for me, Rudy. Appreciate you." It was a bad quarterback league.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to know this.
Bring it back, man.
Screw you.
Let's roll it back.
Yeah. I don't even know who you are, bro. I'm gonna tell Minix next time he talks crap to me. I don't even know who you are, bro. Show some respect.
But my draft happened before the most recent Hard Knocks. If it had happened after,
you would have picked some.
Garrett Wilson would be a Mambo King. I haven't gotten him yet.
You've been talking about him for 3 weeks.
Because I fought everything I had in me not to go with my Hard Knocks love affair, and I have one every year. Okay. Every year, I end up with one of the guys highlighted. And Garrett Wilson looks and feels to me like he's going to have a remarkable year. And
he's a route running son of a gun.
And again, you can edit any plot line you want, but this one I think is real.
Yeah.
Not that I'm tipping my hand to the next leagues that I'm in. None of the guys I'm playing or will be in my league are listening right now, so they don't know.
Well, you can't edit Josh Allen twice and Tua Tagovailoa twice. You can't edit that. You can't edit. You got to come to Jerry World. You can't edit that. You got to go win games. They blew up their whole situation for Aaron. It's AFC championship or bust.
I've drunk the Kool-Aid. I'm kind of like, I think they can. I almost
They
said
should.
it right there.
If the defense does what they did last year, and you got Cook now, you got Breece Hall still, yeah, they can make some noise.
You can't edit that. What we have edited is a press conference from Mike McCarthy. We're going to hear from him, look back on yesterday's practice, hear from players about other players. Terrence Steele, Jaron Kearse, Micah Parsons, and Mike McCarthy, all next. You might as well stay where you is. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Golf Club of Texas is in the football spirit. They are open up until 10 p.m. every night during the NFL regular season. They're also going to stay open for those Rangers and Stros games and your Texas Fighting A&M Aggies and the Longhorns as well. They have 9 plus 65-inch TVs. So if you're out there, playing a little bit of golf, you want to hang out with the guys afterwards, they're going to have those games on. Or you don't even play golf. Just go to the 10 Cup bar, just go to their restaurant, watch some of the games. It's a great place to watch the games, great place to have a couple of drinks, and the food is absolutely fantastic. They've added these pulled pork nachos to the menu that are so succulent. The meat was just as tender. The barbecue sauce was perfect. The jalapenos had the perfect kick. It is the best sit-down restaurant on that side of town. And also, if you want to play a little golf, go to golfclubtexas.com because that's where the best rates are to book your tee time on that Lee Trevino design link style course. Greens have been taken care of. The fairways getting taken care of. They're going out of their way to make sure your playing experience is grade A. That is the Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hey, I'm talking to all you tough guys out there, all you gym members, all you guys that have a bag in the back of your seat and you hit the gym on a regular basis, those that work out regularly and deal with pain on a regular basis. Look, you don't have to live in ongoing pain. And if pain is part of your workout, get yourself fixed. It's out there. It's called Arasti. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio with literal highly trained expertise in getting you out of pain, those things that you deal with on a regular basis. So you don't have to live and work through a strain or a pull. Get to Arasti. They can help you get through it. And if you're dealing with other muscle structural issues, Arasti is there to fix you. And so many of us think we can tough our way through it. Just one more workout, just a little bit more sweat, and our body will take care of itself. And the older you get, the more you realize that's not the case. Arasti can get you fixed and gets you fixed fast. And it'll keep you in the game. See, you don't talk about surgery with them because that's not what they do. They fix you. They don't talk about long-term treatment programs. That's not what they do. They fix you. And it's certainly not about a medication to dull or hide the pain. It's about getting your body fixed the right way. I went to Arasti for the first time with lower back issues, and all you guys that are lifting weights, you understand what I'm dealing with. When your back goes out, everything's done, right? Well, that was how it was with me for weeks and weeks. I went to Arasti the first time, and they got me fixed in a way that I didn't think was possible, and it got happening a lot quicker than I thought was even believable. And before you know it, I was back in the game. That's why I'm such a proponent. So if you're used to staying healthy and living an active lifestyle and pain is in the way, don't try to fight through it. Go to an expert. That's what Arasti is there for. Go to their website, arasti.com, for a map of all the local providers. They've also got a lot of tips and tricks that'll keep you in the game. Listen close. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. You can call an Arasti provider right now without a referral. It's 1-800-404-6050. Write it down. Live it. Learn it. Call Arasti today. Get yourself fixed. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call them today, and before you know it, you're going to be thanking me later.
Yingling, America's oldest brewery, has been making beer in America for 6 generations. And for nearly 200 years, we've been all about bringing the good times. By hand, by foot, by bike, by bikers, by fanny pack or jetpack, by whatever means necessary. With Yingling Traditional Lager, good times taste even better. Yingling, bring the goods.
Drink responsibly. For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Hey, sports bettors, this is Rob Thompson here to tell you about my favorite sports book. In fact, the only sports book I endorse. That's BetUS.com. Football's here, and it's time to get busy again. And BetUS.com has a 30-year anniversary present for you. How about 30 risk-free bets? They call it Bet Protect. You need to find out about it. Go to BetUS.com right now as they offer the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus. And if you're coming with crypto, there's even more. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. Go to BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino, where the game begins.
I'm not exaggerating when I say this. QC Kinetics can change your life. You can live again without that chronic joint pain and without drugs or surgery. Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star, and QC Kinetics is advanced regenerative medicine. They take your body's own concentrated healing properties and put them right back into your joints to restore and repair that damaged tissue that's causing you all of that horrible pain. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Finally, a real alternative to the old ways of dealing with pain. And unlike surgery, there's no downtime with QC treatments. If you have a constant pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back, you need to call and get a free consultation. Imagine this fall, moving around pain-free, doing the things you love again, walking, hiking, golfing, playing with the grandkids. Call QC Kinetics and see how the latest advances in precision regenerative medicine can attack the pain and bring you lasting relief. Now is the best time to get started. 210-5. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel here. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, we get this question quite a bit. Here's what you have to do. Contact Morgan Harrison via email. It's morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she's going to have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, and even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connecting.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember two things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, when you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each place their trust in me to do everything it takes to attain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from The Blitz, starting at 2 o'clock. Today, we're live out at the Roof Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Of course, we'll have the latest NFL news and Dallas Cowboys news and get you ready for a good college football game that you should come watch with us out at the Roo. Hey, Rob Rudy, we got some gifts yesterday out at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3. Just want to make sure Greg Shelton left them in the studio as promised.
Oh, yes, we did get the gifts from our good friend out at Guantanamo Bay to spend some time out there. He told, like, a lot of times people will be like, hey man, let me know this or that and I'm gonna get it for you. Well, he hit us up on YouTube and was like, tell me y'all shirt sizes and I'll bring y'all something back from Guantanamo Bay. And we were like, I just said, okay, hey, my size is this, Rob's size is that, and we didn't think anything of it. Well, here we are today, and our good friend from Guantanamo Bay brought us a couple shirts
awesome.
that you're supposed to wear.
Thank you so much.
This way you don't get too much sun.
To show up,
that's
show off Rudy's.
That's a Port A shirt. That's a Port A shirt.
I'm telling you, it's a beach shirt. Fantastic.
A beach shirt.
Because
I do wear a shirt at the beach. I'm that guy, and I'm gonna be that guy.
This
for a
was
while.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, whoever bought these
for bringing these to us.
I know who it was.
Appreciate it.
Look at that. If you're on,
man,
that's sexy.
Looking good by the.
My man boobs are gonna stick out a little bit, but that's okay.
What do I care? I mean,
yes, thank you.
Seriously. Yeah. We've got some sound from Mike McCarthy. I want to highlight our San Antonio zone.
Who's?
Because
why is Cibolo or is it San Antonio?
We've Rudy. We've had this conversation. Sorry,
Cibolo. Sorry, Cibolo. Terrence Steele is ours.
And Nike. I mean Converse. Sorry. You just your subdivisions to us. You are San Antonio.
Oh, and Converse.
Yeah. I said Nike. I'm not Converse.
That was real quick. Converse. You stole Johnson's coach, and they stole your hearts. Johnson beat Judson because Soto. Mr. Coach Soto. Now it's just Judson was his dream job. He played at Judson. You know what I mean? So when Judson came calling, he left Johnson in the middle of the night. And guess what? Johnson put it on him this past Friday. Sorry, Judson.
Okay. I didn't want to go here. Go here. But I don't like kicking when teams are down.
I do.
But here we sit. Here we sit. And for those of you who don't know, I'm San Antonio through and through. Rudy is San Antonio through and through.
Yes.
I mean, I'm South Side West Campus. I've been dealing. Judson, welcome to karma.
Yeah.
Welcome to karma.
All those jobs y'all gave away to get kids to transfer over there.
Just welcome to it. Revel in it. Roll in it. You earned it. Welcome to karma. Everybody in San Antonio is laughing at you. And it's behind us. We know you're the bear.
I love
it. Ain't gonna be forever.
Now this is coming from a Roosevelt Rough Rider,
and you got even deeper hatred than me.
This is the thing, Rob. We always thought we were Judson's rival, but we weren't.
No, you weren't.
We'd be like in 95, 96, when both Judson and Roosevelt won state. That was probably the only year. You know what I mean? Other than that, Judson always kicked our asses.
Well, they kicked everybody's ass for so long.
Yeah, I'm just a bitter Roosevelt fan. I love Judson because again, if Judson doesn't get split up between,
we know. Yeah, see, we don't have to go down that road.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
That's why all of us in San Antonio are going.
I just like I still got to do a couple Judson games, so I'm covering my ass.
No, we know. But anybody who didn't go there, you guys got the right to say haters gonna hate. We earn the hate. You should.
But you know who talked the most crap though? The people that didn't even play on the team.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the
like
problem.
y'all didn't even play.
It's the T-shirt fan.
Yeah, like y'all didn't even play. You couldn't even make the tennis team, let alone the football team.
See, I feel like right now, Rudy, there's so many new San Antonians out there. We're airing some old family laundry.
Look, and here they're already in my text message.
See, I got some laundry.
I got a text right now. 5
go
rings.
there. See, here we come. I didn't want to go there because we're opening the door up to some ugly stuff that none of us really wants to get
over.
Into.
Well,
this
it's
high
over,
school
Judson.
Cheesemate needs to go to bed. But welcome to the karma, Judson. I hope you love it. Suck on it. You've been stealing guys and coaches and players for years.
Giving away jobs.
Here it is.
Look, I'm getting.
Here it is.
Look, I'm already getting text
Here
messages.
it
We got
is.
5 rings.
See? Yeah, come.
Suck on that all week.
Suck on that all week.
Sorry,
that
Judson.
light blue taste.
You know what they'll tell you? Well, they split us up to
Yes.
Wagner. When they split us up to Wagner, they ruined us. What high school did you go to, Edwin?
Johnson.
Oh, see, dude, you should be talking
rich?
right
Are you
now.
rich?
No.
See, that's the other thing. See,
rich.
See, that's what happens when we start talking high schools. See, we start going, now we want to know where you went so we can judge you.
Yeah, I'm judging you. You went to Johnson. You're
see,
privileged.
As soon as you hear Judson,
You don't know nothing about Camelot
so
Apartments.
you grew up in the ghettos of Stone Oak?
Yeah. You don't know nothing about Camelot 2 or the Glen.
That rough area down by the third hole? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, what you grew up right off of Santerra Boulevard, Edwin?
The rough streets
Encino Park.
of Encino Park. See?
You know what, Edwin? I had no idea.
He only had
Your
one
pops
horse.
has done well for himself. Shout out to Mr. Hefner.
See, when we start talking high schools, then the ugliness gets out. We start judging you. We do.
My bad. I've screwed up our T's. Let's get back to McCarthy. My bad.
New
That's
San
my fault.
Antonians, we'd like to apologize for that.
Yeah, that's
we
my
had a
fault.
little Thanksgiving outburst. You were the date to a family get together that could have gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
But Judson suck on it for a little while. I enjoyed it.
It's because they were so good. When you're that good for that long, and then one of those chips. Speaking of Mr. Five Chips, I ain't gonna call you out, but we're gonna move on. Dallas Carter curb stomped you.
Yes, she did.
Curb stomped you, but they had a couple of illegal players, so they gave y'all the 88 ring. They gave y'all a ring. Y'all know Dallas Carter kicked your teeth into the back of your throat.
See, Rudy, I can't go there because I've ridden on that Judson for so long. I've taken, I'm from around here. When the movie came out, I was like, that's from my hometown.
Oh, well, when Friday Night Lights lied.
Yeah, but
and that made it seem like Permian lost in the semis to Carter. They didn't even get to the state finals. Screw you, Permian.
And I always bring up, Judson won the year. So I've claimed them. I don't count that. I won't hold that. I'm not going there. We're not going that deep because I rode that bandwagon too. But right now, for a brief shining moment, while you're down, allow me to kick you one last time. Suck on, Judson.
Yeah, man. Take that. Y'all just got to take these lumps today. Sorry, Judson. And y'all stole someone's coach, and Johnson kicked. Did you know that Johnson won that game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Effin is low key chill. The more we have him around,
I
the
love
Iceman.
Love it. Man.
Oh yeah,
this is years ago. This is years of being brutalized by Coach Wacker and Coach Rutledge.
The legends.
Shout out to Wacker
that
and
were
Rutledge.
Forever at Judson. They had all the players. They had all the coaches.
Sorry, Coach Soto.
That stadium was rocking.
It's your dream job.
I get it.
Yeah. What did McCarthy say?
See, if Terrence
nothing
Steele,
McCarthy said is better than this conversation.
Where did Terrence Steele go to high school?
San Antonio Steel.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't Judson.
It's San Antonio. What? It's not Cibolo. It's San Antonio Steel.
That's right. San Antonio Steel.
Nobody says when they're in Wisconsin, hey, let's go down to Cibolo, Texas, and go to SeaWorld. No, you come to San Antonio. Nobody visits Cibolo.
That's why we drafted them.
Yeah.
And no one has to try to figure out where the hell Converse is. That was the other thing that annoyed San Antonians, by the way.
It did. That's
the other thing.
Because Judson was adamant about it.
Where Converse? What?
You ain't no damn Converse. You're FM 78.
I'm Leon Valley.
Right.
Terrence Steele's from San Antonio.
Yes, he is.
Very rarely do right tackles get the kind of love affair. Right tackle seems to be kind of a transient, unless, of course, you got a left-handed quarterback. But, right tackle is an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
You chase the right tackle, you chase the center. Oh, you chase the left tackle, you chase the center, you chase the left guard, that's your pulling guard.
Yeah.
And then you get to the right tackle, and that's the guy who couldn't play left tackle. The guy that was just good enough to make the line, and that's where you got left off. But when you get a good one, when you get one that really falls into your lap, it's the kind of find that turns your good team into a great one and a great one into a Super Bowl champion.
Amen.
And I think everybody that's been around Terrence Steele realizes where he's coming. And listen to this about where his limits truly are.
Well, I think you go back to any time you have a chance to work with a young player. His first impression really sticks with me. I can remember watching him move in the rookie orientation there, the pandemic year, and just being impressed with him, day one, and we hadn't even put the pads on yet. So he just got his work ethic and just the way he goes about it. I mean, he's always been no nonsense. Extremely coachable, very bright, and he's a glue guy. I mean, he's really connected strongly, not only in the O-line room but the locker room. So, Terrence is a stud.
That's Mike McCarthy speaking.
Can you
to his
just
right
grab
tackle.
that piece? Terrence is a stud and have it on the hotkey, please.
It is.
I like it. I like the way he said it. He kind of dropped his voice an octave.
Let me tell you, you don't hear that,
dude.
very
And
often.
again, I can't stress enough. Because again, when he first gets his shot, I mean, it's not often someone from San Antonio is like a legit starter for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, we're all excited, and it went awfully. It went awful. It went so bad. Like, he got his butt handed to him, and he comes back the next year, goes and puts in the work, and now he's about to be a multi-millionaire.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think you were the first to jump on the Terrence Steele wagon.
Think so?
Because in my mind, I'm being legit. Right tackle is one breath away from swing tackle. I mean, literally, you're one breath away from just standing on the sidelines waiting for somebody to get hurt. That's what the right tackle has always been to me.
I agree with that.
And what it showed is in a line that had a lot of trouble over the last couple of years, the right tackle suddenly was a place of safety, whether it was him or it's
something you didn't have to worry about anymore, which is key. Like, when we don't have to talk about it, the only time we talk about offensive line is if you're giving up a bunch of sacks. So if you're not talking about them, they're doing a hell of a job.
We heard from the defensive heart and soul
leader / he's Unc. You know how every time you can call the guy Unc. That's when you're getting old. Like, hey, Unc. I can see J-Ron Curse being Unc. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, let's hit the bet.
All right. Let me tell you about my favorite sports book and casino. It's BetUS.com. Thank the Lord, football is back. If you want to get some action tonight, I need you to go to BetUS.com. Why? Because they're celebrating their 30th year anniversary of sports betting service with a special offer up to 30 risk-free bets. That's right, 30 risk-free bets called Bet Protect. And there's more. They offer the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus. Yes, you heard me, 125%. Get Bet Protect and get started today by visiting BetUS.com or call 1-800-MY-BET-US, BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino, where the games begin.
J-Ron Curse is, in fact, the
Unc.
He really is. And
nor is that LVE. LVE could be Unc, too.
Well, J-Ron is a DQ'd guy, and DQ, for those of you not in the inner circle like we are, that's Dan Quinn.
Right.
He is a DQ guy, brought in specifically because he knew the system. But more importantly, when you get to be around him, the glue guy thing is really the key here.
Right.
And it was pointed out by a YouTube listener, watcher earlier in the show. He's a green dot guy. So
he gets to talk to DQ, DQ can hear him.
Yeah, he's getting the info to help with the team. Micah's the best player on the team, probably the best defensive player in the league. So it's not a matter of better. It's a matter of leadership. And when you have the leader of your team who is in sync and fully understands the value of the best player on the team, that's the situation you're searching for. And Curse talked about Micah's mentality to be what that is.
Just his mentality and how he's attacking things and how he's approaching things this year. It's much different than I've seen in his previous years. He comes in and is, I'm the lion, and he lives like that throughout the day, throughout the week. Just like I'm the baddest guy out here, and he's shown that. So that's the biggest difference I've seen from him, and he's shown it.
Are we gonna go there? Can I go there?
Yes, I think you should. We're getting there.
Micah mentality. Micah mentality, like we're gonna
feels like a shirt.
Is it a little Micah mentality? It don't have the same ring as Mamba.
No, and it feels like it, but it would certainly follow. And I don't think Mr. Mentality would be upset with the comparison.
And y'all are gonna call me crazy for this, but I truly believe this. Micah, because of how great he is and because of the team he plays for, gets to move in circles that a lot of NFL players don't get to move in. And they're not even football players. He's moving in billionaire circles. Remember, he's hanging out with Michael Rubin. He's hanging out with Jay-Z. He's hanging out with people that are highly, highly successful, that no matter what it is you're doing, whether it's football, tech, finance, real estate, you're around people that have a mentality to attack every day, seize the moment, and be the best at it at whatever it is that you do. It matters. And Micah's moving in those circles during the offseason. I know it may sound crazy, like, well, what the hell can Micah learn from Michael Rubin? A lot about mentality, about getting up early, getting your work done, not worried about what the next man is doing, taking care of your business. I got a goal. What did Kobe say? I signed a contract with myself and I'm not negotiating. He signed a contract with himself at the beginning of the offseason to learn to dominate and learn to have impact and not be so much about sacks and not be so much about himself. And it's starting to rub off. It's starting to rub off on the entire team and especially on the defense. I know that may sound crazy, but that's just my thoughts.
Legendary. That's what we're being told. And to be legendary, Micah's going to have to be legendary.
It has to be him. But it looks, that's curse. You know what I mean? That's Unc. Well, you can't be Unc at 29. Got to be over 30 to be Unc. So curse ain't Unc.
Do you think there's other parts of being Unc. You think he can grill? You got to be able to.
So you're definitely Unc.
Well, I'm just saying, probably got to have air dads.
You got to have a pair of air dads. You got to have an apron.
You got apron. Yes.
Got to have an apron.
And
you got to fall asleep anywhere you sit down
with a beer in your hand.
Right.
And if you've achieved that, and I'm not sure J-Ron's quite there.
Nah, maybe not.
But with years of practice, we can all attain greatness, right?
Absolutely.
We heard Mike McCarthy talk about 10,000 hours. If you missed that, that was part of his press conference. We're going to look at what he had to say regarding his brand new third-string quarterback, his offensive preparation with a team that he views as flexible as he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll speak to a couple of individual players who just arrived on campus. Lots of Dallas Cowboy talk coming, so don't go nowhere. The 9 o'clock hour is always our favorite hour, and we got some more tickets to give away. All you Nickelback?
Yeah.
Nickelback. We'll be right back. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you've got a big project that needs to be done on your property, but you just don't have the right equipment, think Ewald Kubota. They don't just sell the tractors or the mowers or the construction equipment. They'll also rent it to you, and they offer field service if your equipment is down. Right now, compact tractor offers at Ewald Kubota are amazing. 0 down and 0% financing for 84 months. Plus, they're offering huge savings on hay equipment. From $1,000 up to $3,000, just depends on what you need. And they have 11 locations to serve you with everything under one roof. 75 years in business. 75. That means you can trust them. And Mr. Ewald wants y'all to know he says thank you for your purchases over the years, and thank you for trusting their service department with your equipment. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at the Roo Pub. Lots of talk about football, baby.
Well, that's it. College football coming up later tonight. Come watch the game with us out at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. And, of course, the latest on the Dallas Cowboys. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car really needs a wash.
The $20 McGuire's bundle includes Gold Class Car Wash for a showroom shine.
Get in zone.
And what about my tires?
Just spray the included Hot Shine tire coating and you're all set.
Get in zone.
The inside is not great.
No problem. The quick interior detailer in the bundle can help with that too.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Before you fire up that grill, get into Tri-County Meat Market because a great meal always starts with great meat. Tri-County Meat Market is locally owned and they're full service, believe me. And they've got everything you need to up your grilling game. And now they're featuring MTX beef. Beef raised, fed, and harvested right here in beautiful Central South Texas in our beautiful Texas Hill Country. Tri-County has what you need with quality you expect. And you can always take advantage of the 5 for $25. Head over to Tri-County today, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
Are you enrolled in Medicaid or a program like CHIP? Many people in San Antonio are at risk of losing their coverage. Access to affordable, quality health care is important to physical and mental health. Metro Health reminds you to update your information with Texas Health and Human Services. Look for a yellow envelope in the mail that says Action Required from Texas Health and Human Services. For assistance with your Medicaid renewal, call Enroll SA at 210-977-7997 or log into your Texas Benefits account and renew today.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-652-5656. 800-652-5656. That's 800-652-5656.
Attention business owners. If you had W-2 employees during the pandemic, you are potentially leaving a lot of money on the table. I'm sure you've heard of the ERC or employee retention credit from people promising outrageous returns and charging an arm and a leg to get what's rightfully yours. If you'd like to talk to someone born and raised here, to an expert you can meet in person and not some salesman in New York, visit me, Mike Rooney, at SanAntonioERC.com. Not everyone is going to get approved, and I can't promise $26,000 per employee, but it's worth looking into at SanAntonioERC.com.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. We recently settled a wrongful death case in a commercial vehicle accident for $5 million. Net to clients was $2.8 million. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember. 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Listen up, sports bettors. It's Rudy J and Rob Thompson of R&R in the morning. We're here to tell you about our favorite sports book and casino, and the only one we endorse, which is BetUS.com.
They're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting services with a special offer of up to 30 risk-free bets. Get Bet Protect and get started today by going to BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-692-3887 to learn more about the bonuses and special offers.
That's BetUS.com, sportsbook and casino, where the game begins.
For 20 years, Kelly Vick suffered from chronic back pain.
I would do something, and at the drop of a hat, whether it be a golf swing, picking up something, whatever, it would throw it back out again.
Pain relievers, chiropractors, nothing worked for any length of time. Then Kelly found QC Kinetics.
Listening to a radio station, I heard of QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, using powerful natural biologics to restore and repair damaged tissue with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime.
And at this point, it's the greatest thing that I've ever done.
Kelly's living life with no more back pain thanks to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics gave me freedom. I am pain-free.
Don't live with chronic joint pain any longer. Call QC Kinetics today.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
Call now for your free consultation at QC Kinetics.
210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Thanks, Jim.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Oh, that's right. The Cowboys brought my guy back, Malik Davis, Malik Jefferson, and Sean McKeon. The Texans brought back linebacker Corey Littleton to pretty much the exact same contract. And the Rangers started out hot, but it fell a game behind the Mariners and Stros. All three teams have the day off.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
That's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson, hence the double R's. Welcome to R&R in the morning here on San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, they're
he Edwin Hefner on the other side of the double pane glass. Johnson graduate.
I had no idea Edwin had a silver spoon.
I'll tell you.
I had no idea.
No. And a good football team to back.
Sorry, Judson.
It's 9:06 in the blessed AM, and we've got in our studio, we have a TV. We're fancy that way.
Kind of.
And, speaking of, if you're watching our YouTube feed, you're watching it however you might be watching it. Rudy and I are, in fact, in the same room.
I know. It doesn't look
It looks like we could be, we're looking at each other. But the view is very interesting. And right now, we're setting up there's a camera up, which I can't imagine.
I just
what's about to happen with this.
I get the feeling this thing is on because you got to remember Tim Spence is going to be gone for a week, right? So Tim is watching.
At least you could have disguised.
He wants to hear what we're saying about him and his sweaty palms while he's gone for the week.
Dude, all I can say is you might need to start wearing a hat.
Yeah, because he can catch my ball spot.
That's like right over you. Talk about NSFW.
This is the thing, though.
You better be careful where you're going.
If it can catch my ball spot,
Jason Minutes.
Jason's
it's going to look like a searchlight.
Yeah, Jason's sunroof is just like slowly opening like a Bentley.
Can we cut that and save it?
Yeah. He looks good bald, though.
But we're about to go, I guess, full on Big Brother on this thing.
Dude, I don't know, but if I see that red light, because I seen this thing called 13 cameras, and it's my worst nightmare. It's about a weirdo that has cameras in an Airbnb. And it ruined me. Like now I walk the Airbnbs looking. I look in the
just nip that in the bud.
If it's
I don't even want to go down this road because I've had this argument at home, and the more you talk about, for those of you new to my,
I remember
one of my favorite things in life is known as a road win.
Oh
my God. And the very idea of that has ruined more than one road win possibility.
Well, there was like warm, wasn't there like warm milk?
Oh, there was one we went to that was like, yeah, I get it. But now the paranoia is such that getting a road win is next to impossible. Let's not reinforce the fact that that's even a thing.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Let me tell you. But, you know, back to the cameras for legitimate use.
Yeah.
I got into this business because I don't want to be a look, on camera. That's part of like, I'm not.
You get in radio to stay away from a camera.
There's some of us that got into the business that were good looking, and they probably shouldn't have been behind a camera anyway. Peter Burns comes to mind.
Shout out to PB.
Right now,
well, he was. Get Up has gone off.
Sitting on the desk at the seaport in New York, which is, and guys, in our business, that's the throne, baby.
That's a big deal.
That's it. You have ascended to the very top, the upper echelon. Our own, San Antonio's own, Peter Burns was up there today. I saw where he'd signed a new gig, staying with the SEC network, and ongoing golf coverage. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, and we're proud to
shout out to PB.
Give some love to Peter, because anybody who knows Peter Burns knows his story, right? And knows that he came up here in San Antonio in Sports Talk Radio across the street, but we're all family. Went through one of the most devastating things I have ever seen any man go through. Just no one was rocked, had their life completely knocked off kilter more than my friend Peter Burns. And I was an eyewitness from beginning to end. And watching this man rebuild himself and turn himself into who is now one of the preeminent sports journalists in the United States. You can't dispute the fact by what he's doing and how he rebuilt himself. To everybody out there that's suffering, there's a way out and a way up.
Yeah. Agree.
Watch
well
Peter.
Said.
But yeah, proud of the guy. And damn it, he's so good looking. It's not even fair.
Yeah. He was on with that first year I got here, Jason would have him weekly.
We would have him on for SEC talk.
SEC
I mean,
talk,
his LSU, you're talking about LSU hanging around in the wind. But enough about him. If that's one of the benefits of watching the YouTube feed, because if you're not watching, I get to sit with the comfort of having a full wall. Rudy, on the other hand, is in a fishbowl. He has a glass window behind him.
Everybody trying to, wants me to dance.
So they get to come by,
come up tapping on the glass
and act like you're on the other side of the fishbowl.
Right. It's all good.
The Mike McCarthy had a very early press conference this morning. They're adjusting to the heat. This was kind of an uncommon thing. And if you're joining us late, it can all be found in a variety of ways. I recommend going to sasportstar.com and going to our audio vault, and you'll hear the press conference in its entirety as we carried it live. And one of the things that was brought up, and it was the very last question asked of the press conference, and this was by design, trust me. They finally brought up a question about his third string quarterback. And
I don't like the fact that you call him that.
That's all I'm going to call him until.
No,
he is the third string quarterback, and he deserves nothing more. And he deserves nothing more than that. And to foster the environment that he has a name, anything more than a number, is being disrespectful to the QB. I think he has been coddled to. No, I'm
not kidding, but you're serious.
He's the third string quarterback and should be referred to as such. And if McCarthy would do that, this thing would go to bed fast. This is McCarthy talking about his brand new quarterback.
Very hardworking. He's we have a quarterback meeting room there. He's pretty much just kind of taking that over. The boards in there. The grease boards look like beautiful mind. So he's really dove into it, and so he's doing all the little things that you need to do. So the classroom part of his first impression has been excellent. But it's just like anything. It's, everybody does it a little differently from the quarterback position, and that's no different for us, compared to his past experience. And we'll just continue to work on the extra things, particularly in the area of footwork.
Hold on, Mike. Don't try to throw that in at the end and then run off the podium, Mike. Basically, what Mike just said was he ain't ready. Stop asking me about him.
That's it.
We'll just continue to work on the extra things, particularly in the area of footwork.
So
you know what?
For the football fan, there's this level. For those that are like the scout and the football coach, there are certain elements to being a quarterback that you have to have. And the first,
right?
it's not negotiable. If your footwork ain't right, we can't even begin everything else. We can't begin motion. We can't. You might have a cannon for an arm, but if your footwork ain't right,
well, Dak's footwork ain't right. What? Don't stutter.
Let's not quibble about accuracy. I don't need to stutter.
His footwork. Rob. If we go in,
I think every quarterback has a bad habit. He has a bad habit of going off his back foot. I will admit that. But for the most part, to be what he is, we can't question footwork.
They've adjusted his footwork to the routes, Rob.
True. Well,
yes, that's been
which is something that has been done. That's done with every quarterback on every team. It's just something that for some reason hadn't been done with the Cowboys. But I'll agree to that. But let's not get it. You don't do what Dak has done.
Do what Dak has done.
I mean, I didn't want to over-alliterate, but there we sit. But okay, so I'm glad we're going down this road.
Because I like Dan Orlovsky, Rob. I do. I like his opinions. I like his takes. I think he's outside the box. I think he stands up to Stephen A. I think he stands up to Greeny. He stands his ground.
I respect
him. He played the position. No, he ain't played the position at a great level, but he played the position better than I did.
In the room. Yeah.
What were his thoughts on this whole Dak trade?
I'm glad we're going here.
Let's go here. Let's go here.
I'm not soft, and I don't think Dak Prescott is soft. But when does enough become enough for a guy? You 3 years ago, you made me drag my feet through the contract extensions when I feel I outperformed it. I was a 4th-round pick and the tag. And so at some point, there's that reminder that I was a little bit disrespected during that process. And now this is another one. And while at some point, a guy sits there and goes, I've done everything above and beyond that you've asked me to when it comes to where you drafted me. And I don't know if Dak Prescott balling out is going to erase this for him.
Wow. So what I took from Dan is that he feels like at some point Dak has to feel fed up with the disrespect. Is that what you took from it, or did I hear something totally different?
Yes.
He's like, you dragged me through the mud with the contract, 4th-round pick, all these other things, and then now you bring in a QB the week before the season starts?
But here's my issue with what he says.
Okay, what is it?
You can't follow the Aaron Rodgers playbook because you ain't Aaron Rodgers. You have every right to feel like that, but a lot of NFL players feel like that.
You don't feel like Dak deserves the same rights as Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Me neither. But but the thing about it is Aaron dealt with this and he has a ring.
And he dealt with it poorly. He dealt with it poorly after he had the ring.
Right.
So Dak, you can do that when you have a ring on your finger. When you reach that level, you reach the 13th floor, however you get there, then you get to demand crap like that.
But to Dak's credit, you know what though? In all honesty, I feel like he's going to be a total pro. And I feel like he's really going to go out of his way to help Trey. Like that's just how Dak is.
That's how he's wired. Yeah.
So to Dak's credit, I see what Dan's saying, but Dak's not going to take this any kind of behind closed doors he might, but around the team and around Trey, he's going to help the kid out.
Let me ask you something.
He's going to help him get better, even though he's helping him take.
In our heart of hearts, do we wish he would go a little Aaron Rodgers on this? Honestly,
I know the thing about it is he is in his own way, without being demonstrative about it, without being a red ass about it. In his mind and in his preparation and the way he goes out on Sundays, he is approaching it like Aaron Rodgers. He's just not being an ass about it.
Well, I mean, what about being an ass?
Oh no, he ain't wired that way.
Because don't we wish he would? Like maybe he should be demanding what we're demanding. Like, I don't think Aaron Rodgers in this day and age would go.
I think if he were to do that, Rob, it would add even more pressure than he already has, because then we're like, hey, you talking all this crap about your replacement. You don't want to replace you. Now you're playing like crap. I think it would just only add pressure and he already has more than anybody in pro sports. He has more pressure than anybody in pro sports right now.
Well, then how can you make it worse? I'm kind of, I mean, what are you it's going to get hotter?
It's like,
it struck me that Aaron Rodgers is allowed to go, this offensive line sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's allowed to say it. What if Dak was to come out and say, you know what? The fact that we're going into the regular season without anybody to back up this thin offensive line, I'm worried. Aaron would say that. Maybe if we had a quarterback.
Aaron already said it this year
about this Jets offensive. He's already there. And you know what? It felt like as soon as it happened, Saleh was like, we got to go get somebody for the offensive.
You know what, though, Rob? I think in anywhere, if anywhere people can spot a phony, it's in a pro locker room. I don't care the sport. And if Dak were to all of a sudden try to become that guy, they would sniff it out and he'd lose the locker room. Pro sports, they will figure you out, whether you really about it, whether what you say what you mean, whether you stand on what you say. So I feel where you coming from, but I just feel like if he tries to change it in the ninth inning, his squad will call him out on it.
Because I feel like we all want a nice guy at quarterback. What a nice guy that the kids will sign. But at the end of the day, we want a dude that will sell his soul to win.
Oh, yeah. Tom Brady did. He did. I mean,
there's a painting in a basement. It's getting older.
Absolutely.
Tom Brady.
Illuminati is real.
Let's be real. At the end of the day, we want the dude that will do anything.
But see, the thing about it is, the reason why we have to be okay with it is because we saw how 21 did it. And 21 did it, patting everybody on the butt.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of like, well, we've seen both. And we love Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy did it without cursing. But we love Greg Popovich. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and David Robinson.
Yeah, there's two sides of the spectrum. Yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
But it took there is a narrative that I feel like maybe Dak can't fill it because it's not in him to do what might need to be required to do.
So negative.
No, that's just.
No, I feel you.
There's some things I just can't do, and I envy those that can. And maybe understanding your limitations is the key there. Like the end of a break.
Absolutely. It's the sports book and casino time. It is time, everybody. We got college football tonight. Stop dealing with that little local, your little local bookie. You need to go big time. You need to go legit. You need to go to betus.com. Why? Because they're going to celebrate their 30th year of being in sports betting service, and they got a special offer for you this season. It's 30 risk-free bets. Yes, 30 risk-free bets called Bet Protect, and there's more. They offer the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus. First of all, Rob's been talking about them for years. I don't know why you haven't signed up, but if you have not, you can get 125% sign-up bonus. Call them today at 1-800-MyBetUS or 1-800-692-3887 to learn all about the bonuses and special offers. Check it out yourself. Stop going local. Go big time. Go betus.com. Sportsbook and casino, where the game begins.
We are just about done with the time.
Good Lord, it went quick.
The day has gone quickly. I think part of the reason why was McCarthy was right there in the middle. A lot of things that he hit on that we're going to talk about on the other side. He talked about his new running back, Deuce, and why he feels like he's so effective. And even gave a little hand signal. Little hand sign. I hope he doesn't get too much trouble for what he did, but he did kind of give him a little man, the mouse in the house.
Can they cancel?
That was you had to have seen it, but he did reflect on Deuce Vaughn and how he views him to be quite effective and the versatility that this offense brings. Because there was even a question in there regarding the size of the lineup that he could roll out with Turpin and Vaughn on the same, and how does he view that as exciting or frightening?
I can't remember. We saw them both in the backfield at the same time. It was cool.
They ran one kind of I'm not giving away anything here.
Yeah.
Kind of an option play where Turpin started down the line option and pitched to Deuce, which was a crazy looking exposition of little size behind giant people.
Sure did.
And we're going to hear from the heart and soul of the Dallas Cowboy defense, Jaron Kearse, and what he feels is the possibilities for this Dallas Cowboy defense. You know, they have the opportunity to lead the NFL for the third consecutive year in turnovers.
What you going to do with it?
Because they ain't done nothing with it yet.
No, I mean, they're 2-12-5 seasons.
Put a ring on your finger and a whole lot of good things happen. This is R&R in the morning. We'll be right back because you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, before you go, I got tickets for you. Listen to this.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller wins.
You want to hear Dallas Cowboy talk? You want to hear the head coach of your Dallas Cowboys? He spoke live, and you heard it here first, and you'll hear it here right next. This is R&R in the morning here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You heading over to Twin Peaks? You better be heading over today because football is beginning in earnest, and only way you want to watch college football is live and in person at Twin Peaks, and start the season with those scenic views and all the hottest non-conference games across the country. And as the NFL begins, remember, the NFL can be viewed perfectly at Twin Peaks. And Dallas Cowboy fans, there is a brand new party going on all season long. They're giving away epic Dallas Cowboy jerseys just for hanging out at Twin Peaks. So head over to your Twin Peaks for every boys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for all the details required. And as the days go on and the fights keep coming, you can catch them all at Twin Peaks. If you want to go check out UFC number 293, Adesanya Strickland, September the 10th, of course, they're going to be at all four of the locations. Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Sunday Day Football, it's all at Twin Peaks. And when you pair that with the scratch food coming out of the kitchen, the mixologist going on behind the bar, serving the drinks the right way. And what you want, a local brew, they have always got it. That's what's great about Twin Peaks. The eats are spectacular. The drinks are always icy cold. But why do we go, man, oh man, it's time for those scenic views.
This is Texas A&M football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday night at 5, it's the Aggies and New Mexico. Presented by Ewald Kubota, ABC Home and Commercial Services, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. You can check it all out at sacardhouse.com. Full bar, full restaurant attached, Foster's Bar and Grill. One of the best old-fashioned you're going to get. 3-4 top-level chefs. The best bread pudding that you ever have in your life. I've had just about everything on the menu. And also, for the beginners like myself, they got the free roll on Monday nights, only $35. You play pretty good, guess what? You'll last a little bit longer than I do. But for my pros out there, the 6-year anniversary for SA Card House. And going on now through September 30th, they're going to do 16 hot seat drawings daily from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. and one ticket for every 50 hours of play or a chance to win a Dodge Ram or a 2023 Dodge Challenger SXT. That's right, over $270,000 in prizes. Check it all out for yourself at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House, 281 and Bitters.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagel here. I want to tell you about a company that I know a lot about. At least I know a lot about the folks that run it. It's called Woods Comfort Systems. These are good folks, and I tell you what, they've been in business a long time. They know what they're doing, and they are going to treat you right. I've known the Woods family, well, most of my life. I grew up with the Woods family back in my hometown of Alice, Texas. And Woods Comfort Systems right now has a great deal deal for you. If you've been looking for a new energy-efficient AC system for your home, well, today is the right day to do that. Right now at Woods Comfort Systems, you can take advantage of up to $2,500 in rebates, a free 12-year parts and labor warranty, and you get a free Solaris indoor air quality package to boot. Take advantage of these special offers. Give them a call, 877-324-6902, or get them online at woodscomfortsystems.com. Woods Comfort System. Comfort is their middle name. License number 16934C.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are one of the boldest, protein-packed, and low-carb snacks out there. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, you'll want to stock up on Southern Recipe small batch at your local H-E-B. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Find your flavor at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on Kubota construction equipment, featuring durable Kubota engines, more comfort, more productivity, more get it done right. The Kubota construction lineup shows up ready to work every day. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 36 months. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you're hit by a car, truck, or commercial vehicle, you need help with vehicle repairs, car rental, medical care, Davis Law Firm can help get your life back on track. For over 25 years, we have secured important verdicts and settlements for our clients, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car or truck wreck or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the fours right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. Attorney consultation by appointment only. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio. Davis Law Firm is a proud official partner, personal injury attorney of the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinigal here, coming up on the Blitz. It is college football Thursday night. We're going to be live out at the Root Pub. You should join us there and watch the game afterward. Plus, we've got the latest on the Dallas Cowboys. Who's back? Who's not back? We're going to talk about all of that. Hey, Rudy, since you weren't out at Texas Cheer Liquor, I had all your samples.
Well, Joe, you know, as a friend, I'm trying to put samples into your palate. I'm glad y'all did. I'm glad y'all had a good time. I just spoke with Minix in the hallway. Said it was a great turnout. Said there was a 14-year-old that listens with his pops, that listens to us and listens to Jason and Joe in the afternoon, and made his pops. Made his pops bring him out to Texas Cheerleader because, of course, he's 14. He can't come out there by himself.
I'm liking this kid more and more.
Yeah, I love him. So
he's being raised right.
Yeah, you know, Give him a little shot of bourbon. Put some bourbon on his gums. Make him go to sleep.
And we appreciate the fact that we actually did get the shirts that were left.
Yes, thank you for the shout out to our Guantanamo Bay Connect.
Got my Gitmo shirt right here. It's nice. Thanks. Wonderful gesture. We appreciate it, and I will wear it in good health.
Yes.
But as we start talking Dallas Cowboys real quickly, looking around the league, Jonathan Taylor getting pumped yesterday.
I don't know. That's a tad bit disrespectful. Like, until we figure out what we're going to do with you, go sit down. But at least I'm getting paid. I'm not getting fined.
And a 4-week cool-off period.
Everybody go away. Everybody go to their corner. You know, sometimes you get to arguing at the house, and you're like, I'm going to take a walk, reassess this argument of us screaming, and then I'm going to come back. That's what they needed to do.
Before he gets out of this running back purgatory that, he's in amongst others. Everybody is reported but him. He's the last of the
Mohicans.
Josh Jacobs reported back for what was essentially the franchise number, right? Just a little bit more.
Hey, 1 year, $12 million.
Yeah, so a little like $2 million above franchise.
Yeah, he got more than Saquon. I think Saquon got 11.
So Saquon. So I think by the numbers, we can all be an arbiter, and go, you're probably worth 14 million.
Whatever, right.
14 million.
For sure.
I think we can start and end there. I don't know what the problem is. Where do you think the problem lies in the issue between Taylor and the Colts?
Years.
Think it's years
and yearly rate,
guaranteed money,
guarantee all of that. But the thing is, it's like, they're like what 0 for 3. Running backs are like 0 for 3 this offseason. Saquon didn't win. Tony Pollard didn't win.
So is vested?
I don't see.
Do you think that there's NFL guys right now looking at this going, "Hang out there, Jonathan. Hang on, baby. Prove us wrong."
I think Bijan Robinson.
Well, Bijan's got a vested interest.
No, I'm saying at some point his time's gonna come.
Yeah.
Anybody and all the guys that have potential to be stars are like, hey man, hold out.
Hold out, baby. Let's see what we can get. We can expand this shrinking piece of meat.
Right.
We can make it bigger if you will hold out. Is he good enough to do that? I don't think he's good enough to shift the market. He's not that guy.
No, he's not. Well, the thing is, the email's been sent. The owners aren't budging.
No, they're not.
The email's been sent. It is what it is. You're going to be around 12 million. If you get to 12, I think that's an accomplishment. But now this is the thing with the 12. See, after the Colts agree to 12, okay, well, how much are you going to give me up front? How much are you going to fully guarantee and how many years?
Okay.
And so you're not going to get all three. You're not going to get the guarantee. You're not going to get the upfront, and you're not going to get the years.
Now, I came
into
get
this. One of the three.
Right. You're going to get something. We know who you are. But, Rudy, I came into this because I wanted to argue with that side of the argument. Now, I want to be also realistic about the freaking Colts and the NFL. You cannot, around the league, and I'm talking to every general manager, say, running backs are just not that important anymore, that there's a lot of guys that can do this. And it just, when you look at the numbers and the percentages and the first and the PFFs and all the numbers per yards and dollars, the running back is low man on the totem pole. I get it. But at the same time, Irsay and the Colts, you can't call the Dolphins and go, only way you get him is for Jared Judy.
It was a Waddle.
Or Waddle, or whoever it is.
It was Waddle,
You can't go, well, he's not worth the crap unless you want to trade for him, and then I want one of your best. You can't get it both ways. So I can see why Taylor's like, double finger, what are you talking about?
Right.
If you want to get rid of me, trade me for what you think my value is then.
So yeah, if you don't think I'm worth it, how you gonna go ask them for Waddle?
How you gonna go ask for that when you tell me I'm this, and then you go, well, wait a minute, it's Jonathan Taylor MVP. What are you talking about? You're not gonna give me Waddle.
I don't think they were negotiating in good faith.
Well,
I think the thing about it, Rob, you hit this one on the head. You deserve some flowers and pat yourself on the back. They never intended to trade him, and they just started. You know how sometimes someone will call you up and ask you if you want to do something. You say, hey, yeah, I'll do it. Give me $5,000. Because you're like, I don't really want to do it. And I know they're going to say no to $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the Colts did. They're like, they never negotiated in good faith. They never had any intention on trading Jonathan Taylor. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but
So-
they never intended to trade him.
Where I'm at here is you are both lucky to have found each other anyway.
Right.
You're both idiots. You're both sides on this thing need to fire who's been talking to each other. You need to get rid of those two guys and find two other guys, because when you're dealing with idiots on both sides, something bad could happen. And something could just completely blow up here in a situation where, quite frankly, you both need each other. He needs the time. He needs to just vest this year.
He needs the Bears.
He needs to play is what I'm talking about. And being pumped when you're not hurt is not good for anybody. You need to be available, because you got to first vest and get the year so you can head toward this free agency, which I'm not sure you desperately want, because there's not a lot of money floating around out there.
Well, what the Colts are banking on, and it's unfortunate, but it's reality. It's big boy business. Is somebody's running back gets hurt, somebody offers the farm, because again, within these first 4 weeks, somebody's going to realize they need a running back, and some GM's going to get desperate because his job's on the line. That's what the Colts are banking on. I'm not going to say that's going to happen, but that's what they're banking on.
Wow.
And if I'm Jonathan Taylor, now that I'm not getting fined, and we can still air quote pursue a trade, all right, I'm cool, because now he's pretty much holding out while getting paid.
So in 2025, when Anthony Richardson is available for a 4th round pick, because he spent the first 3 years of his career alone and running for his life.
Now that could happen.
Should I go ahead and plan for that? Or should we show Irsay the tape of what happened over just the last week to a quarterback that had every bit of promise and had everything? If you put the description beside about Anthony Richardson and Trey Lance coming out of college, and take away the names and see if you can figure out who's who. It's the same guy, bigger program.
I never saw either one.
Bigger program, but that's what I'm saying. We never saw either one. So these were these massive, phenomenal athletes, raw as all get out. But if under the right tutelage and the right amount of time, should be able to do everything the modern NFL requires. Trey Lance is available now for a 4th round pick. Can't even get out of 3rd string because of just being battered and hurt.
Well, you know what? I listened to Jimmy Garoppolo's quotes, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? It's actually a really, really weird place in San Francisco." And I would just leave. You have it? Do you have Jimmy? I want to play Jimmy Garoppolo, because it can kind of give us a different side of it, because they traded for him at that time, made him the highest paid quarterback, and then all of a sudden started treating him like he couldn't play. Let's hear Jimmy.
Make of the Trey Lance trade to Dallas.
Weird situation. Been a lot of weird situations over there in San Francisco, just to leave it at that. But I'm happy Trey got another shot.
Well, how do you think San Francisco's handled those quarterback situations?
How do you think they've handled them?
I think it's been messy. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, consider the source, Rudy.
What do you mean consider the source?
Because he's also overrated.
He's not overrated. He went to a Super Bowl.
No, he was overrated when he arrived, and Shanahan found out the moment he walked in the door. You ain't what I thought you were.
See what I'm saying? Like, nah,
and
man.
Trey Lance, same thing. He walked in the door, and Shanahan's like, you ain't what I thought you were.
Some weird stuff goes on in San Fran, man.
Well,
it's some weird stuff that goes on in San Fran, man.
Right now, Brock Purdy tell you something completely different. This place is great. I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't
fair.
Nothing wrong here.
I love how we're making them geniuses for taking Mr. Irrelevant. Like literally the most throwaway pick in all of the NFL, and we're making John Lynch out to be a genius for drafting Nick Bosa. Okay? He drafted Nick Bosa. How hard was that? And for taking Mr. Irrelevant. And he's a genius. Are y'all kidding me? Are y'all kidding me?
Brock Purdy is no Tony Romo because Brock Purdy was drafted.
Nobody's talking about the fact that he overpaid for Garoppolo and then tried to get him out of there after 6 games. Moved 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. We're just gonna keep him in the genius aisle, even though we got even though we got tape that says.
I lay that on John Lynch and not on Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about John Lynch.
I always thought we were talking about Shanahan. I'm not
John
degrading.
Lynch.
I think Shanahan has ruined a couple of quarterbacks. I do. I think he is.
There's some tape out there that he's not batting 100%. He's not shooting 100% from the field, but everybody misses.
But I'm not going to discount the genius that he is with offense. But I will admit that Garoppolo.
I don't know, man. Garoppolo kind of made me feel like maybe Trey can still play.
No, what I agree that there's a possibility, but I also think that Shanahan had. I remember when Popovich was the point guard killer, that no matter who walked through the door, they just couldn't live up to it. And I think Shanahan's still in that stage of he is looking for something so specific that he is ruining or at least not using talented quarterbacks to their maximum potential, because Shanahan is looking for this thing that he keeps looking for and he can't find it.
Right.
And it hadn't worked yet. So now he found a dead last Mr. Irrelevant draft pick that he could start to kind of mold in his own image, and it happened a little bit faster, but he certainly didn't have that. You look at the difference between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance and just their physical capabilities. I don't get it. And then you look at, so you had Garoppolo, Lance, and Purdy. We're back to Garoppolo. We're back to the same.
Yeah, because keep in mind, when Lance went down, then Garoppolo comes in, plays a few games, gets hurt, and then they're forced to play Purdy, and it all works out. And they look like geniuses.
So
but
I don't know what you're searching for, dude.
It.
Well, what are you searching for? I think you were searching for the thing you had in Garoppolo, and I think Garoppolo realizes that. Like, dude, I was doing what Purdy was doing. I took you to a Super Bowl doing it.
Right, but I just want to know. So then what San Francisco is telling me, and I don't think we're focused so much on Dallas, rightfully so. We're the home of the Cowboys. What happened from August 2022, where he beats out, speaking of Lance, he beats out Garoppolo, who's been to a Super Bowl, and Purdy, gets the starting job, to 2023 August. All of a sudden, he can't play. All of a sudden, y'all going to make this narrative out that he can't play, even though he just beat out Garoppolo last year for the starting job and Brock Purdy. He won the starting job just last year. Now, all of a sudden, Trey Lance can't play. He can't even beat out. He can't even beat out Sam Darnold. Come on, man.
I think the way you need to adjust that sentence is he can't play in the system that Kyle Shanahan wants him to play in.
That's fair.
And I don't think
all systems aren't created equal.
Shanahan has, to his discredit, I think he's been maybe reading a little bit of his clippings. You know, boy genius, offensive genius. Everybody talks about it. I've said it more than once. He's my favorite offensive mind in football right now.
Even ahead of Andy?
Even ahead of Andy, because look at what, the kind of team that he's put together and how he's managed to take a quarterback that is of average caliber and surround him with a McCaffrey and a Debo, all these dudes that can do all this different stuff. And even Ayuk, the other guy. And then Kittle. I mean, he's got all these interchangeable weapons.
Yeah, and then the left tackle. Yeah, okay.
And how he's been able to put this offense together. I think we're all like, wow, that's really ingenious kind of stuff.
I apologize, John.
But I think he's being a bit arrogant in his success. Like, you know what? If Trey Lance turns out to be what everybody kind of thought he was, and Garoppolo has even a modicum of success anywhere else, I think you start looking at Shanahan and go, you know what, man? I think you were focused on too many faults and not focused on the benefits of these dudes you had around. And I think that's an issue a lot of times when you see young coaches, that they get lost in the things that they can't do.
Right.
And refuse to just go, well, let's do with what works. And Belichick's always been a master at that. I'm not going to focus on what you can't do. We're never going to worry about it. We won't do it.
We'll just highlight your attributes.
That's where the great coaching comes in. And man, we're so far away because we've even played the sound. McCarthy was the first guy to say in the very first press conference after Lance had been in the room, footwork, my God.
Yeah.
Now that's one side of things. Dan Orlovsky tells us whether Dak should be worried.
Yeah, he did. What did he say?
Well, we'll get there. Let me tell you a little bit about BetUS.
Let's do it.
For the last 4 years, I've been working with BetUS.com. They're on my favorites. They pop right up. They pay on time. They've done everything that I have told you to do, that they do. In fact, they've now been around for 30 years. 30 years of service, and you don't last that long in this particular business without keeping your customer consistently and constantly satisfied. And of course they pay on time, and of course they do everything they're going to promise they're going to do. But what they do above and beyond, things like the Bet Protect. Right now, if you call 1-800-MY-BET-US, you will get the opportunity to take your first 30 bets for free. Now, all the details are at mybetus.com, but you can call and talk to them too. But the Bet Protect thing is something I've never seen before. Now, when I first signed up, I got a sign-up bonus too. And essentially a sign-up bonus is free money to play. That's what it is. It is free money to play, and when you win, you keep it. And if you lose, hey, you didn't lose anything. And you can get up to 125% bonus when you go in there. If you come in with crypto, it's up to 200%. And when you put some money into the casino side of things, up to a 250% bonus. Again, that is free money to play just for coming over to what has been my favorite book, my only book for years. Dial 1-800-MY-BET-US. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US, 1-800-6923887. Call it a day. You talk, they type. Or if you want to go ahead and do all the typing yourself, it's easy, betus.com. You can go there and get yourself going. Remember, the games start tonight. And remember, as they begin, by bet or betus.com, it's where the game begins. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Well, we'll stay right here. When we're talking about where Mike McCarthy sits.
On the throne.
No,
I'm not talking about the bathroom.
Is he? He had an early press conference this morning. They're getting
7:30.
The 7:30. It's about the heat.
Oh,
so they wanted to get some stuff early.
What the hell did they build that beautiful inside place?
Well,
What are they doing? No, I know what you're saying. I'm messing.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the heat in there.
Or maybe McCarthy's like, look, I got work to do.
Wait a minute. It's Thursday. That stadium's being used for football tonight, baby. High school football. It's in use tonight. That's why they're practicing early this morning. See, things fall together. We're new to the football season.
True
I
that.
guarantee you that's why, one of the reasons. They want to get in and out before the all those Frisco football teams play. Like Lone Star High School, I believe, plays in there. A couple others, that's their home fields.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
I didn't know they use that place.
Oh, yeah. So I think they're vacating for high school football. So they're practicing earlier, and he said they're getting ready for the heat. And I would have assumed, at least starting today, we're going to start seeing the team get into game rhythm. Where
so you talked about conditioning.
Finding what Mondays feel like, what Tuesdays feel like as you prepare yourself for the Sunday kickoff. And anybody who's listened to Mike McCarthy as he joins us regularly before every game on Fridays, he's very much about daytime. You don't vary. Your system is in play, and it's all about getting your body and your mind ready at that perfect moment for kickoff. And he's a big proponent of that.
I also he also let us know last year that he hates Sunday night games. He likes the 12 o'clock kickoff. He hates it when his team has to sit around in the hotel all day long. Then you don't know what time you got to get to the stadium. So, unfortunately, Mike, you coach the Dallas Cowboys. You play quite a few Sunday night games.
And he also recognized the fact that, when you're the Cowboys, you expect to have a few more of those night and primetime games. In fact, and at least at night, doesn't have to deal with the sunshine through the curtains. We laughed earlier about his. He was asked regarding his new running back, Deuce Vaughn, the gadget guy. The sound doesn't do it justice. So this is him talking about what everybody has now seen. How Deuce literally does jump off the film because he does something no other Dallas Cowboys ever been able to do. Listen to this.
Yeah, really, Deuce. Obviously, Kansas State, extremely exciting player, and I think the first time you see him in line in a team drill, you could see it right away in the helmets. His unique skill set.
The helmets.
The thing that jumps out at me is his running style. It looks like he's that far off the ground, he goes through the hole, and they can't really find him. And he's got great vision and instincts, really high in awareness, and he's a playmaker. So very bright. He's picked it up extremely well. So obviously made a very strong first impression.
Really quick, having a little bit of sad breaking news. I just saw RJ Ochoa post this about 6 minutes ago that Gil Brandt has passed.
Wow.
Yeah, Thursday morning. Mr. Brandt was 91. If you're unaware, he was the innovator in the early days Cowboys organization, developed the revolutionary ways for the team to scout players ahead of the draft.
We're talking Mount Rushmore kind of stuff.
Right. I just posted about 6 minutes ago.
And Gil Brandt was a consistent attendee of training camp. We didn't see him this year, but we had seen him every other year. Yeah. And what a remarkable time. I'm taken aback. Gil Brandt passing away, the founder, the beginner of America's team. I'm sure the Blitz will have all of that. Keep following us. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's R&R in the morning. Follow Rob at Rob Thompson.